What's going on, everybody?
How it be?
Dude, it's election night, man.
Yeah, and it's looking pretty close.
4 years, man. 4 years I've been waiting for this night. I promised myself 4 years ago, no matter what, I was going to do a live stream, and holy crap, dude. It's been a busy day, but we're doing it. We're doing it. And it is looking pretty close right now. 230 for Republicans, 226 right now for Democrats.
I didn't imagine it'd be this close. I thought maybe 10 points to the Republicans would be a little bit more.
I thought it would be, by now, I thought it would be leaning a little bit more Republican. But you know what happened last time? Last time it was like Donald Trump, man. And then at the last minute, like overnight, I wake up and there's that blue spike.
Yeah.
I think whoever wins this one is going to lose.
I don't think Kamala even wants to win this one.
I mean, if you were smart about it, you wouldn't. The world's turning to shit. You got like the stuff going on in the Middle East. You have the stuff going on with Russia right now. Whoever wins this one, they don't have control over what other nations do anymore, really. Like if China was to invade Taiwan, all of these kind of problems that are happening, it's going to be blamed on whoever wins. And it's like writing on the wall.
Yeah, but I mean, it's kind of hard to deny at this point. That shit started, 4 years ago.
Yeah.
It's been going on forever, but like it started getting bad 4 years ago. I don't think this would have happened if Trump won last time.
I mean, Donald Trump got blamed for COVID, and he was only part of it for a year. I mean, he was technically 17 to 20 or 16 to 20, but 17 to 21 is what he's actually, given validation for. So, but,
Yeah, people tend to blame what's in office more than like what came before, unless it's your opponent.
Yeah.
So you got to worry about what the centrist thinks. The centrist is going to care more who is in office, and they're going to blame that person. So whoever wins this one, like I said, I feel like this is a trap election. If you win this one, you're probably in trouble.
See, that's why I felt like Kamala wasn't going to win, because she didn't have any answers to why Biden shouldn't be there and she should.
Yeah.
He wasn't even fucking nominated.
Yeah, but that's just another example, man. You know what the thing, though? If Trump had won last time, I'm kind of curious what their plan would have been this go around, right? Like, I don't think there would have been half the shit that's happened this past 4 years. I don't think like even half of it would have happened. But it would have happened this next 4 years if Democrats or Kamala or Joe or whoever they would have picked. They probably would have picked some completely different team, because the only reason Kamala is even going is so they could hang on to that money, right? Once they decided Biden was out.
She was also the VP, so.
Yeah. When Trump was around for his first term, I mean, it almost felt like he didn't get anything done, even though he did, because there was so much red tape he had to go through from both sides.
Oh, yeah.
Either side
so much flack. There's so much shit last time that you couldn't even focus on any of the good stuff that he did. They wouldn't have reported it, and it wasn't until we started seeing how bad it got this time that they finally started saying, oh, yeah, by the way, he did actually do some pretty good stuff.
Right.
And if he had won last time, Kamala wouldn't have been vice president. They would have picked somebody completely different this go around. I don't think Biden or Kamala would have been in play.
Trump kept us from wars. He actually made a successful assassination. He did quite a bit.
That was something else, man. That assassination had me on my toes for, I swear, dude, when that happened, I was in the other room listening to the rally, and then when I heard that shot, dude, I jumped up and ran in and just watched, and was just like, my heart stopped, dude. I was like, no. until he got up. That seemed like forever, man. And when he stood up and started screaming "fight," I was like, "Holy shit, dude! That's historical right now." And then, of course, they don't even talk about it now.
I was kind of hoping that his ear would be a little bit more fucked up than it is.
Right? Like he'd have something to show for.
Right.
He was on Rogan and he kind of talked about it.
Yeah, he didn't show it off too much though. He just kept on pulling his hair over it. Like, yeah, it's there, but it's not as much as they thought it was. I was like,
yeah.
That
Well,
shit
luckily,
bled pretty
man,
hard.
if it was close enough to
piercing.
cause serious damage, he could have had some brain damage from that. So I'm glad it got, I'm glad it didn't do anything, didn't leave a scar or anything.
If he did get hit, he'd be talking like Biden right now.
He'd be like Fetterman. He'd be like, "Doing den,
Oh man.
Man, dude, Fetterman, that's another one in this past 4 years. I'm so happy right now because I honestly believe Trump's gonna take this one. But the past 4 years is so much shit to like remember. Fetterman was another one that incoherent babble, and yet they still backed him. Like they got the news, the whole establishment. Like, no, there's nothing wrong with him. Yeah, his brain doesn't work, but who gives a shit? He can still do the job. So we say goodbye to the Democratic, establishment right now.
Oh, not just yet. We got
Yeah, you're right. I don't want to jinx it, but
yeah.
what was your favorite part of the last 4 years of chaos?
Probably the memes.
Really?
Yeah.
You
the
think
memes
there were
are
better
pretty
memes
good.
this time? Yeah, there were some pretty good ones.
You ever heard of the presidential zomboys?
No.
It's a video like this guy did where he does like Call of Duty Zombies, and he has like Obama, George W. Bush Jr., Trump, and Biden all playing like their best friends, and it's all AI voices, and it's hilarious. They did a really
Oh, they're
good
like
job.
playing game. Is that the one where they're playing games, like the video
Yeah.
games? Yeah. I have seen that. That was pretty funny.
That was really good.
They're like talking shit to each other. Oh, I'm gonna look that up. Let me see if I can find that.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
Otherwise, it's kind of like watching your grandma just like dying in her bed. It's just like, oh, this is good.
Oh man, how am I gonna find this meme? It's like they didn't AI them actually like playing. It was just like a recording, right?
Yeah, it's like gameplay of whatever it is they're playing, and then you just have like PNGs of the presidents, and it kind of like does their voices. But whoever
It's
did
the
it, they
best
did a
dream.
phenomenal job, like expert writing almost. The back and forth is really good.
Yeah, there was some pretty good one. Here's something. Let me see if I can pull it up. Present it. Share screen. Trump. Biden. Play some video games.
Well, Donald, you asked for a best of 3, so you're getting it. This one's for all the marbles.
Joe, you cheated in the last one. Remember?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Stop the cap, Junior. I know you stream snipe me. Too obvious.
Holy shit, Donald, you need more copium in your tank, pal? Nobody watches your one viewer stream. Calm down.
Oh, I see. I see how it is now. Start the fucking battle, Joe. You can't cheat this time.
And you guys needed me here for what?
Shut the fuck
Where
up,
the
Barack.
fuck did
Your
Barack
next
get
pal.
here?
Oh, of course you brought the bozo. Of course you did.
What do you mean, Donald? The only bozo here is you. Soy ass.
Stop
Fucking
talking,
Golden
Joe.
Gold
Stop talking.
crutch.
Pick a move.
Jesus Christ, calm down. We both know how this battle ends anyway.
Here's what I'm going to do, Joe. I'm going to impeach your Dondozo. That's what I'm going to
Oh,
do.
of course you pop bomb.
Impeach.
Of course you pop bomb.
Smoke.
You already bombed the population
And
enough,
roll.
don't you think, Donald?
Look at your bozo. Say bye-bye, Joe. Say bye-bye.
Whatever, Donald. I don't need the Don to win. Your free points, Jack. Just wait.
Oh, really, Joe? Oh, really? Love to see you try. I'd love it. Really.
Jesus, does this guy ever shut
I'm
up?
too ahead, Joe. I'm too ahead, and you're on the back foot. There's literally no way you can beat me. I'm making Showdown great again. What can
You
I say?
feeling cocky because you got one good read. Whoop, can do.
Joe, holy shit.
What?
Oh, my God. Joe, holy shit.
The fuck are you on about?
Holy shit, Joe! I just gave your Pokemon a small loan of $1 million. That's hilarious.
Well, you're gonna need a small loan of $1 million ELO after this shit. Watch this,
What?
pal.
Watch what? What are you talking about?
Agency
No,
play.
no. What the fuck is that?
Agency.
What is that, Joe?
Agency.
What would you have done if you crit yourself, you moron?
Agency.
Jesus Christ, I'm done. I'm done.
Agency.
Most brain dead play I have ever
You
seen.
got fucking Shimoned on Donald. What
No,
can I say?
I'm done with you, Joe. Have fun with Barack.
Is it finally my turn?
Fuck you,
fuck
Barack.
you,
Go play
Barack.
National Dex.
It's pretty good. That one's
Well,
pretty good.
Donald, you asked for a
I haven't seen that one yet. Scrolling down these, is this one? Presidential Splatoon. Have y'all seen this one?
No, I haven't seen any of these.
Inkblot Art Academy. I love this stage.
You think I'm gonna get hit, like struck with these?
Well,
No.
me and Obama were struggling, and you were the only one online in the presidential Discord, so we thought we'd 3-stack with you.
Good luck, guys. Make sure to booyah.
All right, I'm inking Spawn to get my soda.
Dude, stop inking every fucking spot and help kill these gay ass kids.
Dude, the game mode is called fucking Turf War, and you're literally feeding harder than puts.
I got to trade, guys. There are some dualies on right.
All right, that one's a little bit rough. That one's a little bit rough.
Yeah, you got to look up for a Call of Duty Presidential Zomboys.
Okay. Call of Duty. Trump 2120 Call of Duty on Democracy. Presidential Zomboys.
Yeah, that's it.
This is it?
Presidential Zomboys. If that says that, then yeah.
I'm not seeing that though.
Oh no.
Presidential.
Come on, teacher. Let's go.
Dude, man. Today, everybody just lost it, man. I had a headache. And it wasn't like they were being bad. They're just like asking me a billion questions. How do I do this? I'm like, read the instructions.
I'm about to say this might not be on X.
On Twitter?
It might only be on
X.
YouTube.
They do a good job putting those on well, okay.
You are
But yeah,
the YouTube shark.
Yeah. So the memes are really good. Like they have like Dark Brandon.
Okay, I have Steven Crowder pulled up over here on YouTube.
Crowder, you still listen to him?
Not really. In fact, I'm getting tired of Tim Pool as well. But the elections, man, I think Crowder does a really good job with the election streams. What's he?
What's that one kid's name? Kirk?
Right, speaking over New Jersey.
Kirk?
Yeah, Kirk. Always has to go on to the college campuses and debate kids.
Right now, and I don't really know if
Oh yeah, Charlie Kirk.
Charlie Kirk, yeah.
You know what? He was all right, but I liked it when Crowder used to do the change my mind stuff. Those were pretty good.
Counted, okay, and then go to Newark.
What's he looking at right now? Essex County.
Okay, then go to. I don't have the name of the county.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna pull up while we're watching whatever they're talking about on YouTube. Presidential Zomboys. Presidential. Oh, you know what happened today?
Save. Jake's got it.
Oh, you got it?
Private chat.
Aha! Here we go.
Because they've counted quite a substantial amount.
See, I give the assist. I'm not a moderator, but I'll still do it.
That's it. Original Presidential Zomboy. Which ones are we looking at? I'll pull up the playlist. We'll just.
I would say any of them are good.
Historically, with Jersey. How Biden performed in 2020. Yeah, how Biden.
All right, stop sharing that screen. Start sharing. Oh, is he calling it? Calling the night? All right, here we go.
Oh no. I'm sure he's got children corralling he's got to do.
All right, yeah.
Need to get these generators on ASAP.
You say that like this is our first time playing Origins. I've been grinding this shit since BO2.
Guys, I'm going to use the free gobble gum hit to get my perks on round 1.
You better throw those fucking Widow's wine grenades out as soon as you get Perkaholic. Bill told me all about Shadows of Evil and why he won't play with you anymore.
Dude, I've told him 6 times already it was an accident. Oh, and by the way, I call the ice staff.
Whoa, hold up there, Joe. I'm the host. I get the ice staff.
Joe, if anything, you should take the wind staff. Your old man breath already blows the zombies away.
Barack, you know I only know the ice staff steps. Donnie, please just let me build it.
Jesus Christ, Joe, just look up a tutorial. The wind staff isn't even that bad. It could be worse. You could be building the lightning staff.
Well, I don't want to wait for a Panzer round to get my staff, so I'm building the lightning staff.
Fine, I guess I'll take fire.
Hi guys, Mr. Oculus here. This is going to be your ultimate guide to not only...
What was that? Is this the
That's him listening to a fucking how-to guide.
My bad, boys.
Oh.
Well, I've already got all my parts dug up, so we just need to open PAP so I can build my staff.
Jesus, Donald, how did you get the map open so quick?
Shopping free, baby. You think being a multi-billionaire stops at COD zombies?
Fucking gobblegum nooblet. Either way, someone come hop on the tank with me so we can grab the lightning staff parts.
Donnie or George, you're going to have to help him out. Apparently, I got to let the robot step on me so I can get my parts. Oh, okay, the robot's coming, so I just let it step on me?
Is the foot lit up? You have to be under the lit up foot.
Yeah, it's lit up. We're Gucci. Wait, what the fuck? It just downed me.
Did you shoot the middle of the foot to open it up?
Holy shit, even with a tutorial, you're still confused. They should have just let me run for a 3rd term.
George, you help Barack with the lightning staff. I'm going to go revive Mr. Dementia over here.
I'm sorry, I paused the video before he said to shoot it.
Newsflash America, your president can't even follow a Mr. Raffle Waffles tutorial.
All right, guys, let's all focus. The sooner we build all the staffs, the sooner we can beat this Easter egg.
Bet. George and I got all the lightning parts, just waiting for wind and fire now.
Just shot the plane down, waiting on the Panzer part now.
If only you were that good at taking down planes in 2001.
Jesus Christ, Joe.
Joe, I swear, if I were in office and you were a neighboring country, I'd be shoving WMDs up your ass faster than Prince Andrew on Epstein's Island. Isn't that right, Donald?
I plead the 5th.
All right, everyone shut up. Panzer's spawning on me, grabbing
Yeah,
the fire
they
staff
did get
part for
each
you,
other
George.
hard.
Everyone hurry
So
up and
anything
upgrade
that
your
was
staffs and put
happening,
them into the robots.
they added into this.
Michelle said dinner is going to be ready.
Well,
in 5
yeah,
minutes,
but
so we gotta do this
you know the
quick.
weird thing is that they keep trying to like say like you've got some pretty hard evidence with the
Nice, I'm
Epstein
gonna build
stuff
the
with these
Maxis
other
drone.
guys,
We're gonna
but
need it
Trump,
here ASAP for
they
the
can't,
G-strike step.
they
Okay, upgraded
with
fire
everything they
staff,
haven't been
Joe,
able
you
to
gotta go into the
pin
old
him
robot
to like
and
any
staff.
Oh,
anything
well.
Yeah, put the staff
substantial
in. How do I
other
get
than
it back?
flying on
with
the
the-
plane,
Once
maybe.
Barack puts
I was
you
gonna
in
say
the
with the
robot,
Zomboys,
they'll
they bring
open
up
back the
everything.
robot.
Like they talk about
Everyone
how
over
like
there, Barack,
Obama,
put
like
your
because you
staff
know
in
you've
the
heard the
robot.
rumor that
One
Michelle
sec,
is a
just gotta
dude.
finish putting my staff
Yeah,
in the robot.
oh yeah.
The fuck
They use
man,
that in
fuck,
this.
Barack.
They
I'm
did
just
like
fucking with you,
anything
Don.
you can
Staff
think
is in the
of.
robot.
They put in
All right, I'm
here.
about
So
to
like
get in the
even if it's
robot.
just a
Click the button.
rumor, it's
You ready?
added into the Zomboys, so everybody gets shit on.
Everyone else come to generator
Well, I guess that's fair.
Panzers are gonna spawn in.
Dude, I'm trying to find that AI video of Biden biting babies. Have you seen that one?
I can imagine because I've seen enough Gordon Ramsay or like Will Smith eating things where it's like, oh god, it's a nightmare.
Dude, that AI shit's creepy, man. But it's like, it's not showing up. Where the hell did it go?
It's really crazy how AI can be so good at doing certain things, but just absolute fucking nightmare fuel at others.
You guys know you can actually use your staff mail?
Yeah, dude, that egg still creeps me out.
That is Cap, Donald.
That egg we showed.
I'm literally doing it RM.
Oh, the
But-
alien egg from Thing.
Yeah, dude, that thing was creepy, man.
Okay, I just got it.
All right, everyone haul ass.
Like it can't do eating. Like you can't have like tell AI to show somebody eating something. They never eat. They just put the food in their mouth and it dribbles out and then it multiplies.
Did you guys see the Halloween one with Joe Biden eating a child as a
That's
zombie?
what I was. That's what I was trying to pull up. But every time I Joe Biden babies AI or eats babies, all it's showing is the actual Joe Biden.
You might not find it on X. Like stop using X.
That's where I find everything is on X. Or is this the AI one? Because I mean,
No.
all they're showing is the actual him biting babies. Which, you know what, that doesn't look bad right here. Like, I mean, it's a little weird, but
I mean, it's not him, pulling little girls right next to him so he can sniff their head.
yeah, it's this is just like, okay, he's a little awkward. He's like trying to get the kid to laugh, I guess. I don't know. That's people like to jump on that crap, but That's like him being silly, you know. It's a little creepy. The
I don't
kid's
know.
like, "Fuck no," but that's a little odd.
I remember the night that Joe Biden like gave his speech after he won, and all the Democrats were up there on the stage with her, and Kamala was there, and Kamala's young daughter was there, and she would not take her eyes off of her daughter when Joe Biden was next to her. So that
Oh, I don't doubt it. And I'm not saying
gave me a
that
red
he.
flag.
I ain't saying he's not a creep or anything. I'm just saying that people love to jump on everything. Now that is a little like you don't have to bite every baby Joe. You don't have to bite them all. Just the joke was good. All right, there it is. Nom nom nom. Oh, that's a little weird. Nah. Okay, joke's over. You don't have to keep
Yeah, he's
doing it.
definitely not a Brea. I'd just say he's definitely just old.
I can't find that AI version though. That AI one was weird. Oh my god, and that other shit. All right, you win. While y'all are looking at
Damn, that Halloween one was all over my feed.
me too, and I saw Shane retweet it. I think he got taken down.
Probably.
What was it? Oh, I think the zombie.
Yeah, well, sort of. I'm gonna pull it up on YouTube. I'm sure it's on YouTube. AI Joe Biden eats baby.
Somehow I don't think that's going to come up.
Well, what would it be? It's AI Joe Biden babies. That thing was everywhere just like 2 days ago. And now it's not even popping up on YouTube. Biden, 81, bites baby, dresses chicken. Like, I guess the point is we don't need the AI because the reality is messed up enough.
It might also be the idea that because it's election season, everything is just being like bombarded.
I think, maybe, and it's like just buried in there.
Yeah.
I think it got scrubbed, man.
That's a weird thing to scrub, but I wouldn't doubt it.
It's weird to scrub. I agree with that, but it's what else could I type? Joe Biden AI.
I don't know. I typed in Joe Biden Halloween and it's not coming up either.
Halloween.
Yeah, so it sounds like this one got buried.
But that's what I liked about Twitter or X is that it doesn't bury shit as fast as some of these other ones. Maybe because of the election, but that's freaky. It was pretty bloody. Joe Biden, baby, bloody baby, bloody baby.
Yeah, I just tried that one. It's not working either.
Media. Oh, wait, what was that? Top. Nope. Again with that stuff. No.
Point of the idea is don't put your baby in Joe Biden's mouth. How about that?
Yeah, don't let your baby get that close to Joe Biden. Probably not a good idea.
Oh man.
Dude. All right. Where are we at on this map here? Y'all curious?
I don't think that map's gonna move. I think that's just a consensus map.
Well, we still got a little bit of time for a voting going on right now.
Yeah, 10 o'clock is going to be the time where you know what's going on.
That's why I wanted to kind of jump on a little bit early, kind of chat. Because, dude, literally like 30 minutes ago, this map, or an hour ago, this map was blank, you know?
Yeah, because the ones that everyone's looking at are the ones that aren't colored. Those are supposed to be the key races that everyone's worried about. And so far, I think Georgia's came in. So Georgia is for Trump. And Pennsylvania looks like it's going to Harris. And South Carolina, I think that is. No, it's North Carolina. Is kind of up in the air, and they haven't done the West Coast just yet.
Yeah, I lived in Atlanta for a while, and the outskirts of Atlanta are mostly Republican. But when you get into Atlanta, that's all Democrat territory.
That's the
Man,
way it
that's
works for every state, honestly.
look at this. Like, let's go click on California and check. Is this the one where I could click on it? Oh, what is going on here? Why am I? Is it letting me?
Oh, it's letting you guess what it looks like if it was the flip. Because that's what I'm saying.
Oh.
That's a consensus.
Oh my God! Here we go. Polling
Because, like,
map. Polling.
California, for instance,
Texas.
California is actually half red when you actually look at it on a more district like.
Well, that's what I was
break
trying
down
to.
district.
Yeah, I was trying to pull up that map. The one that's like kind of showing. Basically, you can zoom in, and pretty much every state, the entire country, is red except for a couple of cities, like a couple of mega cities or whatever. You know.
So what do you think? They should get rid of the Electoral College then?
No, I don't think that's a good idea.
That's a weird argument because the way to say it's weird is it feels like it changes hands so quickly. Like I remember when Gore lost, it was like every Democrat wanted the Electoral College gone. But then when Obama won, suddenly it was Republicans wanting it gone. And I'm just like, at this point, I don't know if this feels like passing a hot potato that really doesn't matter.
I mean, if it wasn't for the Electoral College, slavery would still be a thing.
I think that war fixed that.
Well, that war fixed the Union. That war wasn't about anything until after the Union.
What doesn't the Electoral College have to help? Doesn't that help with like, what's that called? Where you have, so basically, like you could have the majority of people voting, say in New York, to screw up California. So it's like about delegates, representatives, and stuff that keep California or Texas from being voted out by New York.
Yeah,
just because of the popular vote or whatever. That's like a good argument for an Electoral College. What I think the problem is, comes down to like voter ID or stakes in the game. Like I don't even like if you're I had that idea passed around that if you want to vote, you got to sign up for the draft, which I don't think that's a bad idea.
I thought your legit license was your voter ID. I mean, what are they getting too good to fake now, or what?
I mean, that is supposed to, like, yeah, you can use your driver's license as your voting ID.
What am I looking at here? Because it says 178 for Trump, 99 for Harris, but the other map we were looking at, it didn't look like this.
Yeah, because the other map was the voting tendencies of states. So that's like what they were expecting to happen. This is the actual like votes coming in, like states flipping for one side or the other. If it's not solid color, it's still being counted.
Well, let's take a look at Illinois.
See, Illinois,
mostly red, except for a couple of blue dots.
Yeah,
let's go
main cities.
Well, and these guys, I guess, are still voting, but they're still going. California's still going. But like, if you click on like New York, man. New York, well, that's about 50-50. Vermont, oh boy, that's blue.
Yeah.
I just remember like 4 years ago looking at this map going and like looking at some blue states going, what is going on? It's like the whole thing was by the end of the night, dude, all of this is going to be red except for those cities. Like those counties of just a few cities are going to be.
County population, because the city will be like several million people, while it's like some of those districts that are red be like, what, 1,000?
Right.
Yeah, and that makes sense. It's just, I don't know, man. When you've got everybody clustered up in these cities, they're not living out in, like, if they vote a certain way, that affects all the people out in the country that's making all the food and everything for them. What's going to happen? And also produce a lot of waste.
You ever heard of the Greater Idaho movement?
Greater Idaho? Oh, where they're trying to split off?
Yeah, they're
and join the other state,
Oregon, I believe. Because West Coast Oregon is almost solid blue, but East Coast, like 2/3 of Oregon, is solid red, and they are tired of the West Coast basically telling the West Coast, the whole state's West Coast, but they're tired of the coast telling them how to do things. So they want to break off and join the rest of Idaho.
Yeah, I've heard
Because, yeah,
about
it's
that.
like Portland basically votes one way, and the whole state has to go that direction.
Yeah, and also California, like Northern California too, right?
Yeah, Northern California at one point wanted to break off and form its own state. I'm actually shocked to see Louisiana being red, because Louisiana does flip back and forth sometimes.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm not surprised, because the oil fields down there is pretty big. There is a
They're French, man. They'd be blue.
So there's a county right around, I don't remember which county it is, but it's somewhere near New Orleans. It's New Orleans. I don't remember exactly where it is. There's a street. It's like one county that consists of both the wealthiest and poorest people in the country. And that's because it's the oil city. It's like the oil field. All the execs are right there. That's where they all live, and that's also because they vote. You know, they vote for keeping themselves richer. Essentially, it's the way I understood it, because I used to work in the oil field, and these guys talk about this stuff all the time. Basically, all the rich people are like, "Well, we want to keep things looking good for us, so we're going to vote a certain way," which also affects poor people. And so you have the richest and the poorest people in one little zip code.
I'm kind of curious. Click Texas. Because I know
Texas is red, except for Austin, Dallas, Houston, San
Antonio
surprises me because of the it's a lot of Spanish, but
if you've been there recently, it's like recently in like the last 10 to 15 years, it's been like extremely hipstery. So it's like a lot of people, I guess, that they couldn't make it to Austin would go to San Antonio.
Oh, a lot of progressives moved there.
Yeah,
Austin, dude. It's annoying going to Austin. I'll drive because I'm like right in between Dallas and Austin. Which one is Waco? I guess it doesn't say, but I'm like right in the middle. So I'm kind of surprised, actually, that's red. That's a weird one because it's pretty mixed around here. But anyways, so there's a highway that basically goes right all the way from San Antonio to Austin and went through Waco to Dallas. So there's a lot of cities and stuff right here. I'm kind of surprised that all of these along this line aren't at least gray, or you know what I mean?
I mean, aren't you like, considering they keep probably getting people that are in Austin traveling to Dallas, and they're like, "Fuck these guys! I hate them so much."
Man, we get weirdos. When California moved over to Texas, we have a weird highway system compared to them. So those guys are kind of annoying. Well, they're extremely annoying because they're very vocal about their grievances. Some guys are like, "God, how do you live here? I fucking hate Texas. It's so hot." It's like, yeah, bro, it's Texas. Looking at like 120 degrees in the summertime, especially like around this area. If you want to go to the cooler areas, go to the east. It's probably better. The west,
just
and
go north if you want cold.
Yeah,
which is why Colorado is what it is.
Yeah, and then these other guys are like, "Oh man, what's with y'all's high?" They talk to you like it's your fault, right? What's with your highways here, man? What these off ramps? I don't know how it is around where y'all live, but here we have the highway, and then we have these little ramps that go off the highway and have these little side roads. So if there's a traffic jam, or if you want to go off into rural areas, and of course we have bridges and stuff, so you can cross the highway. But essentially, from what I understand, where these guys are used to is a highway that has stoplights. We don't have stoplights on our highways.
Yeah, that's cities.
That's weird. Why would you have stoplight? No wonder you have traffic jams.
What?
They get angry about it.
Have like what? 16 lanes to an interstate or a highway?
Yeah, how are you supposed to get off of that? I mean, we get like 3 or 4 at some areas, maybe 5, maybe in some major areas, but all you need is like, two, three lanes, fast lane, and then 2 lanes to get, bounce around. Truck
Yeah,
lane.
Nashville, we started getting our Californians about the same time you guys in Texas did. And yeah, we've expanded to 4 lanes on each side. We're probably gonna have to go bigger now. But
They're building a lot of apartments out
anywhere.
here. I wonder what Montana or Missouri. Wait a minute. Did I click on the right one? Missouri, St. Louis, and Kansas. Yet everything else is red. Yet, we're leaning blue here on that state. That's not good.
Well, it's not done.
Come on, guys.
But
And DC, that's a weird one. That's the capital of the country. How can that doesn't, to me, maybe I'm just ignorant Texan, but how can DC be a part of it? Don't they? It's not its own state. It's not a part of the states. So how can it have its own, like, a vote? Like, shouldn't it be nonpartisan?
No, it has people living there, so they got to vote.
I guess you got a lot of people there. That's true. Fine, DC, you can have a vote. Just seems kind of partisan. I mean, they should be nonpartisan.
It does.
We're not going to know anything about the West Side until about 10 p.m.
You think?
Which is weird because you'd think they would have started before us.
Man, I'm thinking this election's not going to end for a long time.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be contested.
You're going to have recounts out the wazoo for the next 2 days.
Yeah, and then contested for months.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say, if you're talking about final count, we probably won't get that till about like 1 o'clock. I remember last election, it was just like, man, come on, somebody say something already. It was already like getting into the morning. And I was like,
oh man,
I'm tired.
And all the stories
they had to
coming
fudge
out.
the numbers, man. They couldn't go right out the gate with it.
Yeah, that was something, dude. How obvious is that? That spike in there was something that was nuts.
Totally,
because it was looking similar to this. It was like Trump was way up.
You're telling me Joe Biden got more votes than Obama?
That's what I'm saying. And that means that Harris has got to beat that. She's going to beat more than Biden and Obama.
Kamala ain't going to beat Biden numbers. She definitely ain't going to get Obama numbers. I don't even know why she's even up there.
Well, I mean, if she does, remember what I said. Whoever wins this one, they're getting fucked for the next 4 years.
Yeah, I mean, I'll bet you CNN wants, and all the news wants Trump to win. They can have something to bitch about.
Oh yeah, this would be a good season for the news if Trump wins, because like I said, next 4 years is going to be really rough. It doesn't matter who wins; it's going to get real bad.
That last election, I was up pretty late watching all the debauchery going on, all the craziness with all the voting booths. I'm kind of actually a little surprised we haven't already been getting that. I wonder if it has been. I hasn't been seeing it yet.
I'm sure.
I don't watch the news. I just wait for the end of it.
There was somebody who set some voting booths on fire. It was like ballot boxes. They set some ballot boxes on fire.
Yeah, that too, man.
Well, even last year they were saying that they switched out, like changed it up to where if you voted for Trump, it went to Biden, but if you voted for Biden, it went to Biden. They just kept on saying everything was,
It's like a Family Guy skit, but in reverse.
Oh, yeah, man. This is the kind of shit that I'm talking about. Hold on, I'm going to share this. Okay. These are the warning signs that you kind of need to keep an eye out for. From Alex Jones, breaking: U.S. military set to test nuclear missiles hours after polls close. West Coast test is meant to show readiness of nuclear U.S. forces, but why now? And of course, if you want to know, you got to go watch this 3-minute, 46-second thing. But I mean, that pretty much says it all, right?
I love Alex Jones.
Me too, man.
To be fair, Russia just tested some of theirs recently.
Yeah, but that's okay. That I'm all for testing some nuclear missiles, you know. But the day after the election, that's ominous, man. That's like a weird. There was a while. Okay, there was a while right before COVID. I think it was right before COVID, where yeah, it had to have been because I was okay. Anyways, so there's a while right before COVID where everyone was panicking over these drills the military was going to be doing. And it was supposed to take place across the United States. Like this drill, it was some big operation. They were going to be running these drills in cities in the U.S., and they were going to be shutting down Walmarts and doing all this stuff to convert them for these drills so that they could do military drills in urban areas like for the United States. Basically, what would they... the whole thing was to like test how they would respond in an incident in America. And it raised some red flags. People were like, what the hell? And so then they ended up limiting it to only a few places in a few states, like down in the South. Texas, Arizona, I think, or Nevada, Louisiana, and I think Florida. And then COVID happened. Like, it may, dude, it's sometimes, man. And I think I heard about that on Alex Jones. He said,
I remember. I was gonna say I actually did one of those when I was in service. I did one in Indiana. It's supposed to be a nuclear readiness drill, and basically all we do is practice setting up hospitals.
Is that what it is? There were guys rappelling down skyscrapers in Dallas.
That's probably just training. Like that's like random. Like we try to get in random stuff like that for. It's kind of like if you got a job as like a mechanic and you wanted to have like, oh, well, I can do air condition repair and I can do brakes. Even though all you do is change oil.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
So
That's to be well versed.
Yeah, so you have guys going out getting like rappelling licenses. Like, for instance, if you, well, it's not rappelling licenses, but like if you're going airborne, you're going to do rappelling. Or air assault, you're doing rappelling. So there's other things like and even when you have like regular events like this, there's usually something else going on to try and get more credentials.
So how long ago would that have been? Like 7-8 years ago? I think is when I remember
that
hearing
would have
about
been
those stories.
This would have been maybe like going on 15 years ago.
Oh, you know what they were doing 15 years ago? That was Katrina. Was that right after Katrina?
It was after Katrina, yeah.
I was going to say, if that was right before Katrina, they knew something was up. You know what I'm saying? They were preparing you for Katrina.
I mean, the COVID thing was or coronavirus, or the Wu flu, or whatever you want to call it. That was a eye-opener in a very different way for me, because I always used to give people kind of the benefit of the doubt when it comes to certain things. Yeah. I was like, yeah, I mean, like, people aren't that weird or silly. And then, like, okay, so I'm sitting here and I'm browsing some sort of anonymous boards, and this is when, like, COVID first started, when it was in China, and I remember seeing, like, all sorts of crazy shit. There was a guy in China that, like, they didn't even know what it was at the time. So you had, like, a dude with a pole arm sitting outside of his village trying to keep people from coming into his town. Like, you had people in taxi cabs being like, hey, where are you from? And the guy's like, Wuhan. And they're like, oh, get out of my cab. Get out of my cab right the fuck now.
Oh, man. That, dude, that's, you know what doesn't help with that is when the news was lying back and forth, and you know they're lying. When they said there was there's a coronavirus lab right here, where the thing is breaking out, but don't worry, folks. That's nothing to worry. That's not where this came from. This came from a pangolin in fucking another country, and it traveled through a bat feces or some shit. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, no way you expect me to believe that. What, are you gonna eat horse dewormer out of cow shit? You're a monster for believing that. You're killing grandma.
Yeah, because
Somehow
like, we were
it was-
watching. We were watching this shit happen, and you had guys there being like, "This is going to come here eventually. We know it's going to come here. We live in an international world. Shit moves all over the place. It's an airborne virus. So we got to get ready for it." So you had guys getting like World War I gas masks, ready for this shit to happen. And we're looking at the news, and when you look at the news, you have like Kamala Harris coming out saying, "Oh, the flu's killed more people. Don't be worried about this. It's not real. The virus isn't real. This is just Asian hate." That's where the Asian hate campaign started.
Oh yeah, the Asian hate. That's another thing that happened after Trump, right? That Asian hate shit.
No,
Or was that during Trump?
It was during Trump because they were saying Trump was
Yeah.
inciting it. That was what he was doing against China. This is just Asian
That's
hate. It's
right.
like, the rest of us were watching this virus spread, and they were saying this, and then as soon as it touched ground, they flipped. And you would think, okay, somebody doing like a public 180, that should be like a huge red flag. That should be something that should be like very glaring. But it was almost like everyone just accepted it and like jumped on the different side, and it was like, what the hell is going on? Like,
That's you know,
Trump
you
was
start seeing the crazy shit already, but when they just started talking madness like that, I was just kind of like, I can't believe what I'm seeing. It's one thing to see a bunch of crazies rioting in the streets, you know, for like you were already seeing some weird, crazy shit going down, but that took the cake, man. The way they reacted to COVID was, it had me panic for a minute.
Anybody here get their jab?
Hell
I got 2 of them. They're free.
You got
That's not.
jabs?
Yeah,
Then you're compromised.
probably.
Yeah.
I'm a
That's
mutant.
why you're trying to get me not worried about these military drills because that's just normal. It's because you got the jab.
Fucking
I don't
commie.
glow in the.
You're
I
a
don't-
zombie.
I don't glow in the dark. I swear.
That's why you don't go on camera.
Can't blow my cover.
Well, apparently, according to Alex Jones right here, 3 hours ago, breaking confession. Harris campaign advisor brags that the deep state is about to install Vice President Harris as the next president of the United States.
Good
That
luck
sounds
to
about
her.
right.
Watch and share the live feed. All right.
I mean, well,
and also get your vitamins, folks.
that could also be. Didn't they like say that Hillary won at first? Like everyone was cheering, thinking Hillary had won the election.
Yeah, until they started crying in agony, which was amazing.
They don't put anybody in that seat that they don't want there, period.
Where do you think all this shit started? Like, you could obviously go back, way back, to like maybe
Well,
they
see-
had plans for all this crazy shit to come down back in Kennedy or whatever before Kennedy. But when did you start? When do you think all the serious division and mental illness started?
80s. I mean, you could always say it started in the 60s, but it kind of wiggled around during the 60s. Like the seed would be the 60s.
Yeah. It's hard
For
to tell
sure.
because I haven't been around long enough, I guess, to see where it started. But I noticed it. Man, it's hard to say. I started noticing it when at punk shows, at punk concerts. You know, we're all trying to like fight the power or whatever. I don't know what this is. Ooh, I can't show that. A Dale Keown cover. Can I? Yeah, I can. Why not?
Yeah, it's hidden.
So
Hidden
I started
page.
noticing it at the at these punk shows where people just, it's like everyone was cool, hardcore, you know, we're just there to have fun and everything. But then you started getting these people that were in there for the show or they're shopping a Hot Topic. And then I was at a concert one time in a mosh pit, and I'm crawling out of this mosh pit, and somebody's talking about. Honestly, I don't remember exactly what the hell was talking about, but they looked at me and they're like, "You're fuck." Do you don't remember how the conversation came about? But they were like, "What are you, punk?" And I was like, well, "It was a punk show," so I was like, "Yeah, I'm punk." And they're like, "You're not punk. You don't look punk." And I guess it's because I was wearing a Hawaiian shirt or something.
You're
And I
not
was like, "You
conforming
kidding me?"
to our appearance.
Yeah, and I
You're
was like,
not
that's the
punk.
dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Well, you know,
Hey.
everybody's got to look like they dress up in very bright clothes with the cargo pants and the leather-studded belt and the
Yeah,
wristband.
I didn't do the
Like
Sex
gel
Pistols,
hair.
thing.
If you don't look like Chester and you don't look like Avril, you're not punk.
And that started noticing, and then the PETA shit was kind of annoying. What I would give to go back to the days of PETA versus Antifa and all this other lefty craziness. You remember
Shit.
PETA and all those PETA ads everywhere? Those people were annoying, but you could actually talk to them, and they wouldn't start screaming at you.
Yeah, I want to say, like, the ideas were planted in the 60s, and there's been talks. I will treat it like a theory, but there was the idea that the Soviet Union was behind a lot of it, was a way to spur division. Like, there's a guy, I'm trying to remember his name. Good gravy. But he came in talking about, like, how the Soviet Union infiltrated Hollywood and basically started, like, throwing money around to try and create these divisions. And the stuff that we're experiencing right now, it was almost word for word what the guy was saying, and he used to be ex-KGB.
That makes sense. I believe that. And that's when you get... Why were we taught? Were y'all taught this? I was taught Marxism or whatever. Not Marxism. The guy who was getting rid of all the commies in Hollywood.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Why can't, dude? It's a long day. I can't remember his name. It's McCarthy. McCarthyism.
Yeah, McCarthy.
I was always taught McCarthy was a witch hunt, and we knew better. And why is he going after all these people? Dude, I actually have a lot of respect for what McCarthy did now.
He was right.
He was right. And I was taught that he was the bad guy in that whole thing.
Well, who taught you that?
I mean, these public schools. I don't remember exactly who taught me that, but it was probably high school.
It's the people that were being witch hunted, pretty much. It's like the people that basically were guilty were telling you, no, we're not guilty. He was guilty. And they did.
When did that happen?
Voice story.
Because
that happened, I think, in the 70s.
Yeah, I wasn't around for that. I'm not that old.
And it's ridiculous, too, because it's very easy to find out that Hollywood, there was a giant chunk of Hollywood that was always red, like commie. Like, Groucho Marx was an open card-carrying communist. A lot of people were open card-carrying communists until communism became a bad thing, and then suddenly they all just went underground. Like, they were good boys now.
Yeah. Yeah, but I guess before commies, we also had Nazis mulling about.
We did. Like legit
That's just so
full-on
weird.
Nazis, because both of them were seen as legitimate political ideals. Until you
think that was we got a lot of good stuff from after the World War II. We got some good stuff. We got to the moon and everything, but with that technology and with those scientists.
Yeah,
it makes me wonder with the with that Captain America movie, where it's like, oh, we were here all along, and everybody's Hail Hydra and shit. It makes me wonder, dude, how many of what's going on. It's there.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching a video where everyone was talking about all these. It was a Y-Files where they're talking about all the symbols and shit that the people are doing to signal. Did you see that one?
No.
Of course.
All the hand signals that these people are throwing on magazine covers and album covers and stuff to signify their ranking in the Illuminati or whatever.
Dude,
It sounds
I knew
crazy,
about that
but
shit before Y-Files came along and told me.
I wish he would. Well, I guess he did do Denver International Airport, because that was one of the first ones that got me. Was the Denver International Airport, and then tied into the FEMA cast, the Graveliners.
Yeah,
you remember hearing that shit?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that freaked me out because they were stockpiling the hell out of those things, just waiting. And of course, they're grave liners, so their argument is, well, we got to store them somewhere. I guess that makes sense. You got to store them somewhere. But we had just had like a massive. We just like FEMA was involved with it somehow. Like, why would FEMA be taking care of casket liners unless they were planning on burying, caskets? Which, why would they have anything to do with caskets? Those were not casket liners, dude. Those were body dumps. Those were you could fit 5 or 10 bodies in one of those things, depending on how how good you are at fitting a body in those things. You get somebody in logistics, you could probably fit 15 bodies in there. That's what they were doing with those casket liners. I know it. They were ready. They were waiting for COVID. I think this was my favorite part of this year, by the way. What's that?
So you think they'd be like I said, it's like going back to my argument, is like where it kind of was eye-opening was the COVID thing, where it's like I really thought people were smarter. I mean, don't get me wrong, devious, maybe Machiavellian, but like I thought they were smarter than some of the stuff that I saw going through, and I was just like, God damn. People, like, including those in power, sometimes even especially those in power, I thought were like they had to have some kind of plan. I think South Park did an episode about that. It was the one with like 9/11, where it turns out like the kids all think there's got to be some kind of conspiracy, and they end up meeting George Bush, and he's just like, people need to think the government has like more power than it actually does. Like it's smarter, it has a plan, it can't be looked at like it's retarded. And it's just flying by the wings of its pants. And
it's stupid when they're like, "Oh, the government's not that smart." Well, I mean, I know there's a lot of idiots there, but I would not discount, their abilities.
The power of stupid people in large numbers.
Yeah, man. And COVID is the first time that I was like thinking maybe that whole. We got to curb the numbers of the human race down a bit. I think that was like a jab at that,
It kind of was. There was definitely, because that's like I was saying, the 60s. That was a very popular theory, is overpopulation.
Yeah.
Still a popular one. It was still on the
pretty big.
stats up in Georgia.
Yeah, it was preached for a long time by a lot of people that held a lot of respect. And the problem is it's not true. Add into that a lot of the policies put into place to try and curb overpopulation is half the reason now a lot of places like pretty much North America and Europe are in a massive decline. We are plummeting.
Yeah, but
like
why
crazy.
us? Go to India with that shit, dude. They're the ones with the most people.
That's the thing. It's not about like the diseases. It's not about the other stuff like that. It's our policies we put in place to curb overpopulation. We try to blame other things. Like if you talk about it in the United States, like why is it that no one's having kids? They'll try and say, "Oh, it's because we don't have social programs." And I can get that. Oh, yeah, that sounds like that would be the case. Except Europe does have those social programs, and they're in deadfall. Then they'll say, "Oh, it's just too expensive to have kids." But then we import people from the third world who make like a penny to our dollar, and they have no problem having children.
Yeah, and I've got friends who were like, tried to talk me out of having kids. Like, for real. He was like, "Man, you shouldn't get married and have kids, dude. Y'all can't afford kids. Think of the planet, dude." And I'm like, for real, bro? You don't even go there, man.
Decades worth of propaganda that's been taught to us since we were children. And I've told this to another person, is I feel like, did that just turn red? Did PA just turn red?
PA is leaning red.
Holy shit. Because I looked at that earlier, and Kamala had like over 200,000 in fucking a lead.
Oh yeah, you check it out. Which one of these was kind of blue? Colorado's blue. That sucks.
Yeah, it's going. Well, I mean, no shit. It's like the capital of the United States.
Oh no, what I was thinking of Arizona. I was worried Arizona was going to go blue because that was surprising last time. Was Arizona? Oregon's looking red right now. No way! All the vote. No, it's just this one little thing here.
I was going to say it could be one of the ones some people have talked about it flipping because of the stuff that happened in Portland. Like it was a wake up call for a lot of the people living there. So it could flip.
What do we got over here? Okay, this is what I was. No, New York's just not a good example.
No, like I said,
of like the red and the blue. These are not good. Maybe I was trying to show extreme example, but let's go with Colorado.
It's like a man walking.
It's like, oh yeah,
with a hatchet in the back of his leg.
It's like mostly red, I'd say. Like this right here is a perfect example. Chicago. While the rest of it's pretty much red. Solid red. Did they call Texas? They called Texas.
Yeah, Texas has already been called.
Well, I guess it was called last time.
Yeah.
Although, I don't know, man. These are all pretty
cities.
like... These are all this is all like desert shit over here. I mean, there's people in this over here next south of Dallas and the east of Dallas and everything, but
we got to
over
thank the
here to like the west of Austin and Fort Worth, there is like nothing in these areas right here. This is all desert. In fact, right here, I think it's right here is Midland. Somewhere around here is Midland, and there's probably the most people in all of this area. I wouldn't be surprised if some of these gray spots are gray because nobody lives there.
That's a big part of it. Or not enough to even count.
That's all your cows and crop.
Yeah.
Well.
Cows and
preserve. But over here, it's not even... I don't even know if there's ranches with cows. Maybe. I'm sure there is. It's like just pure desert. Like the hills have eyes... That is... Can y'all see my cursor?
Yeah.
Okay, that's like around here, right here on the border. And there's like a highway that goes all the way... I wish I could see the cities. There's a highway that goes all the way to... whatever that major city is down here. And it's just a big, long stretch for like 100 miles of nothing but these... It's just a big valley with these hills. They're like not mountains per se, but they just go almost straight up for like 100 miles, dude. Just nothing but a big valley with a highway in the middle of it, and these hills that just follow the highway all the way down.
That sounds nice.
Eerie. It's really eerie driving. You feel like they're watching you. And then around over here at the bottom, this is like desert. There's not very much over here. Although, when you're driving through this area, it's like a lot of hills. And you do feel like someone's watching you. Like I felt like someone was going to fire a rocket launcher at me on this highway around here. I don't know why I felt like that, but it was either that or a rock was going to fall off a mountain. What'd you say?
That was like a district just turned red. I was like, did you click that and fill it in, or did it do it on its own?
No, I haven't. I didn't click on it.
Oh, so we got to see somebody cast their vote.
Oh, dude, Corpus Christi is where I'm from, and they're usually pretty blue. See, this is what I was talking about that the Hispanic population is generally because they're like Christians, they're Catholic, and generally that's a conservative, values. So it was kind of surprising to see San Antonio going blue, and I'm sure it's been blue for a long time. It's a major city, but Corpus.
Usually, those people that cross the border, they're going to vote for anybody that's farthest from whatever travesty they came from. So, because they came from communism, they don't want anything to do with democracy, Democrats.
And so this little area north of Corpus is where my buddy.
Well, that's
lives.
what Cubans do.
And I bet he's shitting his pants right now, angry because his vote doesn't matter. Your vote doesn't matter, Nick. It's red. You lose. I'm like that guy in Iron Man 2. You lose.
Oregon took their red away.
Oh, put it back,
Arizona went
guys.
blue.
No, take it away. Oh no, wait until those mail-in ballots come in.
They're gonna burn those.
Yeah. You're probably
And so
right.
whoever wins, good luck to them.
So my real question is, because you guys might know that I'm a little bit of a conspiracy theorist, but for like the last 20 years, have you felt that we've, gotten better here in the U.S., or do you just feel like we're taking one step forward, 5 steps back? Like stuff just keeps on snowballing.
I think it's been getting worse, with a few exceptions. Donald Trump and Elon Musk. And Elon Musk in particular, because, and this is where Donald Trump is important, because he's going to be able to help people like Elon Musk really advance, take us to new heights. And
You don't
it's not
think
like
Elon Musk is just a face for all those sciencey rich people?
I honestly think that I think that he honestly believes in what he's saying. I don't think he's lying when he says he wants to take us to space and he wants to help humanity. I think he's genuine. And just like Donald Trump, I didn't think much of Trump in the first election. Yeah, I was like, oh, it's Donald Trump. In fact, I was working. I don't know why I'm the only one that seems to remember this, but there was a news at first when Donald Trump started running. They were talking about how he and Hillary were friends, and there was one of the news channels talking about how, he's running just so he can throw the vote for the Republicans, and that he's actually just trying to help Hillary out. And that was like a talking point for a minute. And I was just like, dude, I think he's trying to split the vote. But then he took it over and then won, and that's pretty much where I was at with him the first election. And then I was really happy, dude. I was actually really liking his presidency and watching the news just lose their shit. Because I worked in the news, and a small station, but it that kind of mentality is present even in small local news stations, right? So it's kind of sick to watch.
Like, I have no doubt that he was probably friends with Hillary and Bill, because back in the 90s, Donald Trump was a Democrat.
Yeah.
Right? And then when he went on Oprah even asked him, would you ever think about running for presidency? Back then, Republicans wouldn't have had Trump. So somewhere in the early 2000s is when he made the switch over. But I want to know reasons why. Like, what aligned his interest to become on the Republican side?
It's because he saw the adrenochrome and he saw the babies. I'm sure he saw the babies and was just like heartbroken and had to put a stop to it.
He flipped a coin in his limo.
He flipped a coin in his limo. That sounds right.
Sorry,
it's
Hillary.
getting me.
Gonna have to run
Like
against you.
all those other people like flipping. Who was a good example of that? They're like
Joe Rogan flipped. He used to be Democrat, became liberal, and now he's conservative, basically.
he doesn't fit in this category because I've always liked Joe Rogan, but that Anna Kasparian, everyone's talking about how she's flipping, she's becoming more conservative. I honestly think there's more money. She's on YouTube or whatever podcasting. I think there's more money on the conservative side, at least right now. There's more money being thrown at the conservatives on this in their field. So it would make sense that I don't know if she's genuine. I think she's just doing the money thing.
Well, Republicans have always been about business and capitalism and entrepreneurship. So yeah, the money's always going to be in our pockets, but
like the quartering. I don't think that he's genuine. I think he's in it I think he's grifting for the money.
I think he knows that he can just do 15 minutes of whatever's posted up, and he can just read it off whatever prompt is given to him by some journalist, and he'll make money off of it.
Either
Just
he doesn't
you don't have to
believe.
He'll read it for you. That's what he does.
Yeah, and to a degree, I think basically the quartering. I don't think gives a shit either way. I don't.
He don't.
But he might actually be like a Democrat, just kind of grifting for the money on the right. because some of the
I
shit he
don't
says
care.
is,
That's a
dude,
fucking smart business move.
it's smart. I'm not going to knock that. That's true. When I look at Tim Pool, he's also one that I'm. I used to really like Tim Pool, so it kind of sucks that I see the past couple years some of the weirdos he's gotten on his show. Like what was it? Jack Murphy. I never liked Jack Murphy on his show.
Oh, if you want one that you're really gonna hate, go watch a dude named Destiny.
Yeah, I know Destiny. Destiny's like a fucking piece of shit, man. When
I feel bad for Destiny because I used to watch Destiny a good bit. Like, don't get me wrong, I never really liked the man. I understood, like, he felt he was a hardcore leftist, but he felt like he took positions that was somewhat fair in the regards that he would let other people speak. So, like, there was a point in time where a lot of leftist streamers were just, like, blacklisting anybody that was on the right. And he actually would go out and debate them. And he's had a really rough patch recently. Like, his girlfriend...
yeah, I'll say... You're watching his wife, with another man's... but he deserved it. What's up, Stanley?
He got a lot of shit for it, and so I can understand, like, when your personal life starts to kind of impact your like professional life.
He's getting what he deserves, dude. He was like, I don't care about that Trump supporter that got shot at that rally. They deserve to all burn in hell. Like, dude, if you're just doing clickbait shit with that,
yeah, that wasn't a good
you,
take,
man.
That was not a good take.
Well, like I'm saying though, that happened after his life kind of started having implosions.
That's because he's a lefty nut job.
Yeah, I can give people credit.
Are we talking about Will Smith?
No, we're talking about Destiny. If you're familiar with Destiny on YouTube, that blue-haired weirdo.
Okay.
See, I watched Destiny debate Ben Shapiro, and I'm going to give it to Destiny. Destiny, I felt like, won that debate. Ben Shapiro's not ready to go up against anybody that's not a college kid. And then,
dude, go ahead, finish.
When Destiny went up against Jordan Peterson rocked his shit.
That's good. That's good to hear. I didn't watch either one of those, but
I love watching debates between two ideals because I hate echo chambers because I don't learn anything. I like learning something that the other side where I can be like, yeah, I can see your angle and how you got there. But if it's just, fuck them, I can't learn from that. I get it. You hate that, but I want to know why. What instigated your attitude?
And the problem with Destiny is that he throws 100 things at you, and each one is like a bullshit. So you could knock each one of them down, but he'll throw like 100 of them at you, and then shift the goalpost. When you start knocking them down one by one, he'll start over talking you, and then shifting the goalpost. Every time you knock one down, he'll shift it a little bit further. And what about? And the fast talk shit drives me nuts. I can't stand it. What do you think about all this, Stanley? You been watching it? What's going on over here? We're at 198 Trump right now. 112 Harris. But of course, this is what it was like last time.
It is, and I don't totally trust those numbers because we had a couple flip last time too.
Yeah, we actually watched. Which one was it? Look, Pennsylvania was solid red. Now it's dark red again.
Arizona and New Mexico were both kind of red, and they both flipped. And then Oregon was red, and now it's blank again. So
Pennsylvania was like blue and red, and now it's
Texas was blue at first.
It's always that surprised me, man. Last time, it was blue at first.
When it's a solid color, it's done. But when it's kind of like faded color, they're still counting. They're just saying who's in the lead.
Pennsylvania
the thing
was
is
red,
like
wasn't it?
there was somebody. One of those states. I don't remember which one. I wasn't paying attention, but one of them was solid. I think it was solid. It was solid, whichever color. I don't remember. But only 28% of the vote was in, and they called it. Like, I don't buy that. I'm sorry. Like,
yeah, right. It is Google, by the way. So,
if you're tuning into the news station, we're watching it on one of the news stations. I don't remember which one, but
It's even
They
worse.
do not have these numbers. Yeah, they're being a little bit more conservative about it. They're not calling some of these states as fast as Google is.
Well, Google is obviously jumping the gun because Pennsylvania was solid red, and now it's dark red.
And
Well,
that
it
was
was
a close one too.
Yeah, Pennsylvania was blue, and it was not close when I looked at it like 2 hours ago, and now it's fucking red, and it's like, holy shit, that's crazy.
Virginia.
I told you we're not going to know anything until 2 days later.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously we're not going to know for
At Virginia, like 95% of that state is all like whatever one city, and nobody has
Yeah,
showed up
dude.
to vote for that city yet, or they haven't counted them yet. So
yeah, it's because they're gonna wait until they can contest it.
They
North
couldn't get
Carolina,
a
like
lot of time.
also that city, whichever one it is a heavily Democratic city too. So
I love
that city
looking
right
at-
there. What's that city? Zoom in a little
Richmond?
bit. That one on the left.
Roanoke.
No, it wasn't wrong. I don't know what I'm fucking talking. Don't listen to me. Nobody gives a
Norfolk,
shit about
Richmond,
Roanoke.
Roanoke. Yeah, nobody gives a fuck about Roanoke.
It
Or is
might not have been
Alexan-
Virginia. Maybe it was.
Probably
Maybe it was,
no, wait. Alexandria. That's DC
That's in
over
DC.
there. Come on, Pennsylvania. Let's
Roanoke.
go. Let's take a look at Vermont. Do we got a chance? Oh no.
Vermont called it after like 6% of the population. They were
I
the first
bet.
ones to call, and they did it with only like 6% of them. They were like, don't even worry about it.
Well, they say the important ones right now, I believe it's Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Nevada,
And
I'm
Wisconsin.
trying to think- and Wisconsin. And right now,
Wisconsin
we
was a
got-
big one.
We got Georgia and North Carolina and Pennsylvania and Wisconsin all showing red, but like you said, that could change in a heartbeat. And they haven't done Nevada yet.
I thought they called Nevada. Yeah, no, they called Nevada for Trump. I thought.
Saying that people have been saying that Nevada should go to Trump, but from what it's been saying,
got
it's
Utah.
looking like they do it.
Oh, dude.
He got Utah, same fucking thing.
Wisconsin. We got Minnesota with 58%. I don't know how they call it. Like Texas is like obvious, and I was a little worried about Texas because of all the immigration shit. But they obviously scuttled those people over to other cities and like the swing states. But we're like at almost a million over right now, so that's good to see. It's actually it's more than a million now. 5,016,000. Trump, 3 million, almost 4 million. Almost 4 million for Harris. 70% reporting.
I guess.
I know. I voted early, dude. I was like not gonna wait on this one.
I'm enjoying the experience. Everybody told me vote early, vote early. Fuck that. I want to be in the middle of it. I want to be there in the lines, using their little machines and getting my little. I want the whole experience.
You know, normally I'd be down for that. And in Texas, it's not that big of a deal. But some of these places, they'll call in a bomb threat or some shit in the voting area so that they can't. They have to shut it down for hours and people leave. Because most Republicans do go in person. Or on election day or whatever. You know what I mean? And so it's like a tactic. All their stupid tactics. Bomb threat.
Hey, you just flipped red again.
Which one?
Arizona, I think.
Arizona. Let's go.
You see, you can't trust them. I don't trust those colors.
Well, they hadn't called it yet. These are dark.
Yeah.
Dark red.
Yeah,
I swear,
yeah, you're right, you're right.
Pennsylvania-
So what
Pennsylvania was not dark earlier.
What happens if a state goes Libertarian or Green Party? Do they turn it green or yellow?
No, the world burns.
Dude, if that happens,
That would be glorious.
RFK
I would love to
Jr.
see it.
telling them?
Nah.
RFK posted, tweeted, or made a video. He was like, "Don't vote for me, guys. Vote for Trump. If you vote for Trump, I'll get into the office. Do not vote for me."
Good on him.
Well,
Yeah, right.
RK, he was doing good as an independent, and then
I like him, and I would vote for him. I like him.
but the problem is people don't want to see independent or green; they want to see red and blue. So Donald Trump
Yeah.
went ahead and bought his votes.
I don't
Well,
even
and
think it's true.
There's
though.
mathematical issues too with that.
Main flip blue.
Okay, so there's like a problem with these third-party countries where you see overseas there was what was it, all these areas. What country was that? I can't remember because it's not American. I don't give a shit. But
I'd
so
say
there's
most
like
of
this
Europe. Most
where
of
they,
Europe
like,
had,
the Muslims would come in, and even though they don't agree with each other, they all vote in a single direction. And even though they're the minority of the area, you have everyone else. Was it France or something where everybody else were fighting against each other in their votes? Well, the Muslims were like the minority, but they all voted in single file, and they won. And then they got their leader, there was a revolt because they're like, you don't represent our country or whatever. And so then they nixed that guy, and now there's, civil war or whatever.
I was going to say, they kind of have, like, Europe has, like, coalition votes. Like, you have so many different parties that no one real party has, like, super control like ours does, where it's like you said, you have a two-party system.
Mm-hmm.
For them, it's all about coalitions. So, like, you'll try and snag up as much territory as you can, but your goal is more along the lines of, like, forming alliances with other parties to try and block people. Like, that happened, I believe, in France. They have, I'm trying to remember her party's name. Le Pen.
I wanted to say it was France. That is what I was thinking of.
Yeah. Marie Le Pen, she has a party. I can't remember the name of it, but it's right-wing. And they had won a pretty sizable chunk, but they were blocked because of a coalition by a bunch of other parties, like the second largest and the other littler ones all jumping together to stop them from gaining any kind of office.
And was that the one where the people like revolted and threw out that leader, and now they're back at it again?
I don't know if they threw. I don't know if they threatened like revolt. They threatened like straight up civil war if she won.
Hold up! I'm gonna stop my cam for a second because I'm gonna step out, but I'm trying to jump in with my other phone.
Oh shit! Here we go, Peter and technology.
No, I got this, man. I know what I'm doing here. I'm a pro. I just gotta stop this mic. Flip headphones. Y'all keep talking.
So how about New Hampshire? Eh?
Alright. Where's New Hampshire at?
Way up in New York.
Wait a minute. Is that over here by Texas? No, because then I would know about it.
Starting to
Where is
lose
New
your
Hampshire?
teacher cred here, man.
Right. It's that one right
Texas
next to
is,
Vermont.
Yeah, no, I just clicked
It's
on
right
it.
above Connecticut. Was that the one you clicked on?
Yes.
That was No, you clicked on Vermont.
No, Vermont's right here.
He had
Yeah.
New Hampshire.
This is it right here. These are all the counties of New Hampshire.
Both counties?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
there's
about.
Like 4 of them.
Geez, that state is the size of our counties.
Yeah.
There you go. We need some loosey-goosey fun while we do this.
Nothing.
Maine, come on, Maine. Maine was a little bit red earlier. Now they're all wafting on us.
Yeah. Arizona's flipping back and forth. New Mexico's flipping back and forth.
Really curious to see how that West Coast turns out, because I know that's that's where the real the swinging starts to happen.
Because I know Texas is worth 40. How much is California worth? It's also worth a huge
50.
chunk.
Yeah, it's 56. So you got to. That's where you got to be careful with like looking at those numbers. You have to basically assume, add 60 to her count, just period.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like that whole West Coast is going to probably flip blue.
Yeah. Although, you know what, I'm kind of curious. I'm sure it is, but I'm kind of curious with the mass exodus of people flooding into Texas from California. I'm curious if that does anything to the numbers. Not so much that it's going to flip, but I would just like to see how they vote compared to last time, like percentage-wise.
Because if you break it down, I mean, North California has almost always been red.
Yeah. And how many of the red counties are the ones that did the exodus over to Texas? We sit there and we make fun of it, like don't California my Texas, but what if it's all the red counties that are coming over here?
And you do kind of hear a 50-50 in that regard. I mean, I've always heard like, oh, I'm from California and I left it because it's a crazy commie state. But then like you go to Austin and it's like a lot of them are from California and like you are communists. I don't know what you're complaining about.
Those poor bastards leave California because they are done with that kind of mentality and they move to Austin. It's like, oh, you're so close.
Yeah, but they can't flip Austin though. Austin's still blue.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like if it's the people in the red counties that are like, if they're red and they're like, I'm done with California. I want out. I'm going to Texas. And then they move to Austin instead of like any other part of Texas. It's like they're moving right back into exactly what they had in California.
Oh yeah, it's like California light.
Yeah.
I hope they like living in trees under a highway because I've seen a lot of that going on down there.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of disgusting too. When you're driving through Austin, you get to that area where you can just look down, underneath the highway, and there's just camps and like fires and tents everywhere, man. It's tent city.
Hey, those are future voters you're talking about.
Yeah, it's true.
They don't have IDs.
It's college kids. It's not even like the expected demographic. It's white college girls with dreadlocks living under bridges.
Yeah, fentanyl hits hard.
Yeah, and they're too high to vote.
The fentanyl hits hard. It's a hell of a drug.
So what do you think? When do they get? So they basically stopped the voting booths now, right? All the voting is done.
West Coast is still open,
shit up now,
but mostly, yeah.
Still got like a little over a half hour before it's all done.
Yeah. And some of these places, some of them take a little while to count.
Arizona's turning into a goddamn strobe light. That bitch is just flashing colors. You don't have a seizure. Can I
it's like watching a cop pull up behind you.
Yeah.
What do you think, New Mexico? You think they're going to stay blue, or you think they're going to?
They've been flipping too. They just slower.
What is with New Mexico? Like that's like I know that they don't count as people, but
there are a lot of mutants over there, and that's no joke. Like everyone's mutated over there. And Roswell, it is no fucking joke, man. You can't go to a Whataburger without people with 3 eyes and two thumbs and.
But it's all like they have like everything is decorated with alien stuff. That's their shtick. But it's all alien stuff, like plastic, crappy alien stuff from like 1984. Like it's all faded from the sun and cracked and broken. There's not new decorations up there. It's all the old crap. It's just sat there.
Oh, is that your UFO conspiracy theorist there?
Yeah. No, it's for real. I went there for the Alien Fest a few years ago, about 8 or 9 years ago, I guess. Maybe not that long ago, but anyways, dude, it was all decorations from. It was a cool festival, but it was all decorations from like the fucking 70s and 80s. The buildings, like even the banners in the city, like they haven't invested into that whole thing. You'd think that's where the city would allocate their money
into alien props.
Yeah, no shit. Like, hey,
Just own it.
your alien's looking a little dried up there, buddy. You want a government sponsored alien puppet? We got grants for you. $198.
I'm surprised from Michigan. I thought that'd be blue.
I mean,
It's going to be blue. Yeah, I got
It was
money.
a minute ago.
That's part of the blue wall. There's no way, like as not trying to be like Debbie Downer, but Missouri just turned.
Missouri?
Pennsylvania.
Oh, yeah.
Look, Trump just went up.
No.
Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin is the blue wall. Like there's that's like the Democrat states or whatever that they lean heavily into. So just even seeing them red at all is like cool, but like I just don't see Trump winning all three of those.
Iowa just became solid.
Yeah, we got most of the baker. We just need his hat. And then, oh God. But you were saying, like, how did you feel about the last, like, years? Like, if you thought it was getting better or getting worse? You ever watch Weekend at Bernie's?
Yeah, dude. I've never seen so many Weekend at Bernie memes this past 4 years. Could have forgotten that movie even existed.
They need to do a presidential sequel.
A Weekend at Biden's?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not because of Biden. I just feel like we're piloting a dead body and no one realizes it's already dead.
Man, either that or he's like somebody's got the mask on, because there was when he was vice president, he looked completely different, man. It's hard to imagine that only 4 years did that to his face.
Fentanyl. It's a hell of a drug.
Yeah, and cocaine.
Formaldehyde. It's a hell of a drug.
I mean, yeah,
you see anybody that comes out of that office on the other side, they always become a little bit grayer.
There's definitely
Obama looked young as fuck, and then suddenly when he comes out, he looked like he saw the face of God. He's all white.
Dude, yeah, you're right about that. That was like an overnight change for him, too. It was like reality slapped him in the face.
Almost like his hair dye. They actually talked about that. Apparently, like, whenever you get into office, you have to dye your hair a solid color so you look like you're young. And then when you come out, or while you're in, you're supposed to let the gray seep in. That way it looks like you got more experience. It's a manipulation.
Oh, I thought it was just from all the shit that they had to actually see and realize takes place.
No, but it's like I was going to talk about how, like, you know, the age difference, and it was like, it kind of makes me think, like, I remember I was driving through my neighborhood, like, I want to say a few days ago. I was coming back from work, and I noticed this kid playing on the side of the road, and I could swear to God that kid, like, not even all that long ago, had to have been like a toddler, and now he was like a fucking mid-teenager, and I was like, how fast does time move? It made me feel so old.
Which one?
So maybe there's. I was gonna say maybe there's a point in like when like age just hits you all at once.
Dude, this app, but then there's also, come on, they get in the White House, they get that book, and they're like, oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, I didn't realize,
aliens
do
exist.
I don't know about the aliens thing. I used to think, hell yeah, totally aliens. I don't know if I'm believing in the aliens are here. If anything, they're more like interdimensional, you know, DMT beings, or they're and that's thanks Joe Rogan, but or they're from the future. You know what I mean?
Maybe they're from
Greys.
Atlantis. Maybe they're not aliens at all.
Oh yeah, maybe. Mars.
They've been sitting on Saturn. That's why there's so many rings around it, because they were putting their debris out into the atmosphere, out into the.
That's not a bad idea.
They're
We
just
should do
floating
that.
their trash. We already do that. Have you not seen the number of satellites up there?
Yeah, but we need to just.
That's my point.
We need to just like.
And plus, the
search around
ocean
our
isn't even
actual
full
trash
yet,
out
Peter.
there.
The ocean
Hey,
isn't
wait a
even
minute.
close to being full yet.
Jake, when did you share this? What is this that you were sharing?
Oh, I got you 3 things to check out while we go through this. Just some
Let's
fun tidbits.
All right. Hold on. Let me pull it up. I'm gonna pull up the latest one. That stop this screen. Stop it. And present. I'm letting that ad play anyways. Inside Edition.
Years ago, The Simpsons eerily predicted Donald Trump would be president.
As you know, we've inherited quite a budget cut from President Trump.
The episode, which aired in 2000, shows a grown-up
Oh, that's
Lisa
odd.
Simpson taking over at the White House in the aftermath of a Trump presidency.
We're broke. The country is broke? How can that be?
Let's hope a Trump administration does better than that.
Why does it have that? Why does it have the end screen, the title cards,
I don't
or the
know.
end cards? So
That was
early?
weird.
That is kind of an odd prediction in 2000 to make, because Trump wouldn't barely. He had mentioned he thought about it, but
Yeah, just some fun stuff to play while we're doing this.
yeah, definitely. Let me pull up the next one here. Present, stop this screen, present, share screen. I wish they could just let me bounce between screens and still be able to share audio. That'd be nice. All right, here we go. What we got?
Marching in and I'm peaceful. Second wind for the sequel. You got at the back of me, stack of me, packing the seats full. I recall me minding my own business with my boat. We was hole up in the oval, hitting clerks up at the rotary.
You should have had the wig on.
Me with a vengeance and convicted half my coterie. Court on kangaroo, you want a vetting car, you'll get one. If I let a clue, you think I'd let them keep their heads on? Make me break the free world just to stay out of detention. Yeah, I need a pardon, but I'll rot before I beg one. Here's a free one since I don't text tips. When you're swinging on the goat, don't miss. Law on my side, no possessions, 9/10. Let's take it to the court, bride. Got a deep bench. Hey, I like it when they sweat. Haters, grab yourself a cup. Every time I pull ahead, everybody take a shot. Heard your daddy on the DL, he likes it under Trump. Double tapping on the TL with the fist pump. Fist pumping. Take a bullet, then I raise my fist up. Do the fist pump. Get this bitch jumping. Guaranteed to be a win when it's Trump. With the fist pump. The economy, things of that nature. Wait, I'm alive, God's chosen, dodge the bullet, damn, I'm cool, I'm holy shit, can't touch us, nah, my dick is here. I'm goofy at this moment, heart is growing, I can feel the blue. Now what to do with this perspective? I think I should throw out the immigrants. There he is. Dictator the second I'm in. Bow down, Rick the second come in. Come and take it the second I'm in. I'll murder the blitz and I'm dead. It's stressful, isn't it? Making America great again and again and again. I promise I'll address the enemy within. Promise I will never make you vote again. Trump the USA, you know how they sway. Now it's carte blanche, got a list of names. Clarence Thomas' mama sitting on the payroll. Court siding it with Donnie J. It's my second coming, I already came. Came for the weight, came for the libs, came for democracy. Shit is made, it could happen here, bitch already did.
Wait a minute. How? This is a 5-minute video?
Oh, it is? I didn't know that.
Well, that might have been the end of the song, and then I guess the rest is just like him talking.
Random shit.
Talking about.
All right.
Hold on. Now this other one though, I actually kind of want to see because I used to love epic rap battles.
Yeah,
they had some really good ones with the Mitt Romney and the Obama. I think is one of the best ones they ever did. All right, what do we got?
Hi. I have about a minute until my next show. You want to?
Oh wait, hold on. I'm playing the wrong one.
I was like, that's the same dude.
Donald blah blah. There we go. All right, here we go. Got it.
What up, Benjamin?
Battles of history.
Donald Trump.
I've got the best word plays. Ask my supporters. I've got more disabilities than a New York Times reporter. You're a scam. Your whole nomination is a hoax. Your party is so pro-choice. They aborted a state's right to vote. Pencil pushing pussy bows. Think you could scare me with prison? Get your mugshot and your mugshot. They come talk to me about convictions. To the radical left, you should be embarrassed. The way you divide our country, I'll call you Camel Toe Harris. Your inflation's got our nation clipping. While it's leaking worse than a wet lab in Wuhan. I had every American's 401k thriving. Stock market's higher than the planes. You fly in and don't even try to deny the cognitive decline you were hiding. Wrap it up, Joe, like it was Wiggin and Biden. I'm here to teach you what losing to a winner feels like. I know how to drop a mic.
I know you're not all ears, but listen up close. You are JD Vance's fear and level weird. You are gross. You've been bending American decency over a barrel. Giving Lady Liberty the finger like BZ and Carol in that big creepy house with our secrets stacked in piles. From documents to pedos, you spend too much time with files. Having sleepovers with Laura Loomer? What's going on with you? Can't you afford more than Timu Melania? You failed in your own city. Bank ballot box in court. You're home alone too. You lost in New York. I was there on January 6th. Less fun for me. Just like your bowels, I was evacuated suddenly. You were history's least hopeful, presidential hopeful, mood swinging wildly like stock and Truth Social. I'm here to build bridges from Texas to Niagara Falls.
Oh, hold on, I'll back it up. But is it me or is even the Trump one a little bit biased?
Yeah.
It feels like this is a one-sided one. That
Maybe
sucks.
maybe he'll get lit on his last one.
I hope you wrote that commie crap in red because you're taking a huge loss. Is that any worse for you than Afghanistan did for your boss? A man handed you everything you ever did. You couldn't make your own way. Couldn't even make your own kids.
Your mommy was absent when you were just a little baby. And if she saw you now, she'd wish she were a childless cat lady. And if your racist landlord daddy wasn't dead to kill him, seeing me living rent-free in your head.
Well, I know how you failed the bar exam after that. I guess the half of you whose job it is to rap isn't black.
Oh, good one. You ketchup-smelling edgelord. You rock the beat softer than Stormy Daniels' headboard.
I can't believe I'm even in a race with this hog. Hope you're in makeup in Ohio, because they're eating the dog.
Donald, I'm putting you away like a rapist back in Cali. You should leave this battle early, like the crowds at your rallies.
I have all the biggest rallies.
Yes, well, I've got Taylor Swift.
You're ugly.
You are ugly.
Well, you're a Marxist.
Jumping Jesus H. Huckleberry Christ in a crutch. No one wants to fight about politics this much. You, Madam Red, White, and Pantsuit. Don't let getting higher be the greatest thing you ever do. And you, baby back ribs up in heaven. Try not to slide democracy straight to chapter 11. I've come here on the back of my musky antlered beast with a message for whichever one of you sucks the least. This government was founded on self-evident truths. So keep it of the people, by the people, for the people.
And that's exactly how they did the Mitt Romney one.
Well, you can't show bias, right? Otherwise, you get blocked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that
That was a very, very moderate way to do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Directed by Joe Biden.
You know what we were trying to find earlier? Did you see that? Did you see that one AI video with the Biden eating the babies?
No.
Wait a minute. What happened?
Zombie
to the
bite.
screens here?
I'm still here. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, I had I guess I had messed it up when I had made this screen over here, but
we're just moving all over the place.
Yeah. Bouncing around. Pow. There we go.
We're bouncing around worse than Arizona.
Right.
Yeah, still. Oh, it looks like they might have called. Maybe not. Where was Harris at? She was at like 1 on 110.
Yeah.
Okay. And she's at 113
Well, I can't
now.
see.
I know. I'm trying to pull it up. Sorry.
Benjamin Soto joined us.
Oh yeah, let me check the comments.
Evening.
What's going on? What's up, guys? Hope you guys did your part and voted for Trump. Hell yeah! I know Peter voted for. Come on, fuck you, dude. Oh, this pitter patter betrays him. That is, you know what? There is something to be said about that.
Oh, they got DC.
Oh no!
I ordered pitter patter.
Oh, fuck you.
And I talked to the artist, and he's saying that it's going to be a couple weeks. It's at the printers right now. And then, you know what? I'm going to read it live. No, actually,
is he going to come on?
Yeah, he said he was interested in coming on.
Nice.
And I have not gotten back to him yet because it has been fucking crazy busy. But yeah, Benjamin, I did get that book, and I believe it's actually better than its initial appearance. That story looks interesting, and I'm willing to bet that it's a funny book. I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is. So yeah. Plus, it's the first book we did on that channel, on that show.
Right.
So it's kind of like I had to, you know.
Of course. Hey, better you than I to get that book.
I'll scan it and send it to you.
Oh, thank you.
Where are we at on the election map?
Damn.
Yeah, it was DC that went for Harris, which, I mean, New Hampshire looks like it's going there, too.
Yeah, that's not surprising.
Yeah, DC's always been very blue.
Yeah.
Did Michigan, wasn't that blue last time?
Yeah, it was.
No, but I got money. No, it was. We were talking about that because that's part of the blue wall. The Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania. They're all red right now, but it'd be amazing if he won any of those.
You know,
where's
what?
Washington, Oregon, and Idaho at? Where are they standing?
Washington is results expected around 10. Results expected soon for Nevada. And then California, when is that coming in? 10.
So we got 2 minutes.
Yeah. Half reporting for Arizona. Dude, that's close.
That's very close.
That's not good because that means like those mail-in ballots are going to come in, and Kamala's going to go from 900,000 to 500 million.
It takes a while to get those mail-in ballots from Mexico counted.
Yeah. This is going to be the first election where 5 billion people voted.
In one state.
Yeah, in one state. I'm waiting for a state to vote to have more votes than there are residents. Because that's got to come, right? That's what I'm waiting for.
Happen.
Like Texas, I'm glad it's like, it's red because there was that story about how there were hundreds of thousands of votes in the register or whatever that didn't come from anybody that what was that the voter cleanup rolls or something they were talking about, that there were 500,000 new registered voters in a week, and then they were doing voter roll cleanup and that's how they found them, and I guess they cleaned them. Because this is a red state here, man. 56%. You love to see it. 74%, and we are over 1 million votes. So we did our part. Yes, sir. I did not vote for Kamala, though. Benjamin.
What's Georgia looking like?
Georgia.
Like, click on Georgia. See if Atlanta's already cast its vote down south.
Yeah, Atlanta's going to be a big one. You're right about that.
Yeah, Atlanta's already cast its vote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, those counties northwest of Atlanta were the ones that were like kind of the big ones on that one. So that's nice to see that they did their thing.
Well, where are we at on Atlanta as far as the numbers? Does it say? I clicked on it.
Back out and just hover over it.
Okay, 90% reporting, 51% of the vote for Donald Trump. But it is close by 100,000.
That's going to be hard to make up with 9%, though.
Not even 100,000. That's like 60, right? What is that? 40,000. No.
And that's 16
oh,
votes?
That's over 100,000. 16 votes.
16 electoral college.
Oh, California, Washington just got in. Damn, and they didn't even like hesitate.
Yeah, no.
100% Kamala. 100%.
I don't even know why they waited till 10. We knew like all those votes had been cast 2 weeks ago.
Well, it's
but
not
damn,
doing
man, those numbers are not giving her what she needs.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a close one still, but man, it's
But
going
I
to come
still-
down to that blue wall.
I do want to see what are the counties at. They haven't even. Look at that. What are we looking at? 4 votes here. Like how many have they tallied before they called it? That's horseshit.
They don't
dude.
count votes there. You know, it is illegal in California to present an identification when you go to vote.
Really?
It's illegal to present it, or it's illegal for them to require it.
It is illegal to present it.
So you're going to go to jail for presenting it?
I don't know.
Here's my
Well,
ID.
it's illegal. It's illegal to have a cell phone, to use a cell phone while you're voting here. And I didn't know that. I was using my cell phone to text Rachel where the voting thing was, and they just told me real quick to put my fucking phone away.
Yeah,
And I
they
didn't
told
go
me
to
to
jail
do that.
for it, but
Mine was
So
run
I
by a
was
bunch of old people.
to try and let my cat out, and when I opened the garage door, there was a possum just chilling in there. So
Hell yeah, that's a good sign. Possums
no,
are good.
that means I gotta get my 22 out.
Dude, you don't want to kill possums. Yeah, possums are great. I mean, you don't want them up in your attic because they're destructive, but they're not bad to have around. They eat
all the bad
rodents and
bugs.
bugs. Yeah, they eat bugs and rodents. They don't carry rabies.
I whenever I go fishing, I like to bury the carcasses in my garden.
Yeah.
And so I did a lot of fishing last weekend. I had a lot of carcasses, so I dug a big ass hole. I buried them in this garden I'm going to put in, covered them all up, and I came out the next morning and a possum had dug them all up and dragged them into my garage.
God.
And now I don't know where all these fish guts are in my garage. My garage smells like crap.
Ugh.
I don't know. I've got a possum somewhere, either in the attic or I don't know. I'm not sure because there's this one that chills out on this awning that I have over on like the side of the house, and
Yeah.
I can hear him up there. But I've looked up there and I haven't found any holes or anything into the attic. But there's not very many ways up there. I don't know why he'd just be. I don't know. Maybe he crawled over there from the other side of the house. But this is a weird place for possums and occasionally a raccoon to chill. I'll like get a broom and like smack the roof, and then I hear him like run away and then fall down the wind chimes and like spin around. It's funny. It's a hoot. I gotta record it someday.
I didn't even think about Alaska and Hawaii.
Alaska's gonna be red. Hawaii's gonna be blue.
But yeah, they're not
Yeah.
until like 12 tomorrow.
Oh.
Yeah. But also, they're only good for like 1.5 points.
Yeah. And a junior mint. What is that? What is that mint? That Eskimo pie thing?
Mentos.
Yeah. What is that chocolate thing? Klondike bar.
Oh man, I'd do some shit for a Klondike bar.
Oh, the shit that I would do.
Especially if you give me the crunch version, the crunch cover over. Oh man.
Oh yeah, those are pretty good.
Mm.
Almost as good as a turtle pie.
Bro,
Ninja Turtle pies.
that brought back memories.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, was y'all guys that I was looking at the recipe for that? How to make one of those things?
I don't think
didn't-
so. I think you did that with somebody else.
I don't remember. Okay, so I looked that up. It might have been with my kids. So I was like trying to teach them about the Ninja Turtle pie, and I wasn't until recently I learned that green shit on the outside of those things was a candy apple, but green.
Mm,
It was like candy apple coating, but green
that sounds so good.
over a vanilla pie.
It
A
does sound good.
calzone covered with green candy apple, I don't know,
Yeah.
flake, and then a pudding middle. That just, oh man.
That and that Ninja Turtle cereal was the bomb.
Yeah, seeing that Alaska one where it's not going to happen until 12, I don't know if I'll be able to stay up with you guys that whole time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
actually-
Anytime you got to crash out, let me know because I'm not even sure how late I'm going to stay up doing it. I'm just going to go until I'm like done.
I'm just going to wake up to the news.
It'll be a couple of days, I'm sure. We still got to go through all the lawsuits.
Oh,
yeah, lawsuits and there's going to be riots and I
Yeah,
want to see
yeah.
the no videos, the screaming videos where everyone's like, no, oh God.
When they're burning shit in the streets.
Yeah. Oh dear God, no! Like, kill me now before Trump lines me up in front of a firing squad.
More CIA plants going around towns burning shit.
Yeah, with bricks. Oh, that explains all those pallets of bricks I've seen everywhere.
Yeah.
They're getting ready.
Yeah, every city.
All right, well, I'll
Yeah.
see you guys.
I'm afraid on that note, I got to get out of here. Chris, are you taking out too?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
All
Well,
right.
thanks for stopping
I got to
in,
do
man.
the same. It's that time.
All right, night.
Y'all take it
Hey,
easy,
good
man.
night, guys.
Later.
Night.
I'm surprised Nevada hasn't shown up yet.
Me too, actually.
All right.
What are we looking at?
Night, guys.
Night.
Later, bro.
Yeah. Key race. That's why. We knew California was going to happen. And Washington. Oregon. Was it Oregon I heard that was like getting pretty close, right? Was that the one?
Doesn't look like it any longer.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it. I wasn't sure exactly how to pull off an election stream anyways, but last time I was like, I can't just let that slip. That seemed like a really important election. And dude, I got screwed last time. I was trying to get my vote. I wasn't able to vote last election.
Really?
Yeah, because I was trying to get my voter registration card and my driver's license had just expired. So then I went to go get my driver's license taken care of, and I had to have certain paperwork. And I'm doing all this while I'm trying to whatever you call it. Was my driver's license was about to expire, and I had work and everything, so it was hard to get there.
Right.
So my driver's license was expired. So I couldn't get my voter registration card. So I went online, and it was said that, okay, you can't do it. You can only go online a couple of times because your photo has to get updated. So then I had to make plans to go get a new photo taken. And then I went to go get my photo taken, and I didn't have like my birth certificate or something, my social security card. Like I had all these bills and everything to prove who I was, but I needed and two versions of my ID. But one, I don't remember what the other one was, but I had all this shit, but it wasn't exactly what they needed. So then I had to go back and order a new social security card or some shit like that, and then take that back up there. And I had just enough time, to get my driver's license and everything. And I got it renewed. And my voter registration card did not come in the mail. So then I went to go vote without it. And I couldn't because it hadn't been, I guess, issued yet. And I was rushing to get it done. And I could not get it done. Like they were like waiting. I could feel like they waited until after the election to send it to me.
That's fucked up.
And I mean, that's partially on me, but that's obviously like on me. I should have caught that earlier, but I try to catch it months in advance.
You shouldn't have to have a voter's registered license. You just need a valid ID.
Well, I did have the valid ID, but the problem was the card. I guess they scanned my ID and it said I wasn't. I don't know. That's true. They shouldn't need
I live
that.
here. I pay my taxes. Let me vote.
I shouldn't have to have that shit, right?
Right.
Well, for whatever reason, I couldn't do it, and I was not happy about it. I was really
Do you
pissed.
pay state tax? Do you pay federal tax? I get to fucking vote.
Oh wait, that might be it. I don't pay taxes. Just kidding. I'm sure somewhere I do pay tax. Every time I get a chocolate bar, there's like fucking 8 cents on the dollar.
Yeah. Yeah, as long as I get a paycheck from work, I get taxes taken out, dude. I get to vote.
What do you think about that income tax shit that he's talking about? Trump's talking about like getting rid of income tax.
If he gets rid of it, they're going to fuck us some other way. So I don't trust it.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that. But the idea of replacing it with tariffs, I'm like, is that even
Anytime
possible?
you talk about getting rid of something like taxes or just a version of a tax, I want to know what you're about to raise. I want to know what other tax you're about to raise on top of that to compensate.
Well, maybe businesses or something. I don't know. What else can you do to people? Like,
well, look at it this way: he wants to get rid of
income tax,
overtime
but-
tax, which means companies won't let you work overtime anymore. You'll just work your 8-hour shifts, and the people that count on that overtime aren't going to get it anymore because businesses aren't going to agree with that.
Well, hold on, but some of these businesses they need that overtime. Like they need people to be working that overtime because
They'll get more people hired in. They're not going to pay that overtime if they can't tax it.
Okay, but is it going to be more valid to have more people? They'll have to like switch shifts. I remember in the oil field, we had a lot of people working overtime because they wanted to keep it down to like, shit, dude, I worked, we had in the office 2 shifts a day, a night shift and a day shift. So it was, and you had to show up early and stay late so that you could overlap with the night guy or the day guy and then kind of, debrief each other over the previous shift.
Well, that's like all fast food restaurants suddenly went to part-time, right? Because they didn't want you to have to pay for your health insurances and all that.
So they're going to have to pay more of that. They'll have to switch shifts so they can have people, filling some of these positions that you have to keep the machine going.
You got to keep the machine going. But you got to get people willing enough to stick around that think they don't need all of that stuff.
Well, I mean, I guess they did just get 8 million people to fill all those spots. But is it worth it? I guess the company could pay those people less, right?
Exactly.
That makes sense.
Why do you think so many people are actually allowed to cross the border? They're not. It's not like they don't know it and don't see it. They're just turning a willing eye.
I don't see the companies ditching overtime. Like it's if not any more than they already are, because I've heard about some companies ditching overtime already, just because they're crunch. It's like crunch time.
Yeah,
and so they can't handle it already. Having to ditch, I don't see that happen. I don't see them hiring people for these jobs that you have to keep the machine turning.
Yeah,
and so you would have to do 8-hour shifts.
Do it the same way if they can't tax them.
So that's like a 4-shift rotation for a 24-hour type of job.
And guess who's crossing the border to fill those lines?
Yeah, but not if we deport them all.
If you're illegal and you're trying to stay hidden, you will take a lower cut.
But they don't fill those kind of jobs. Like I'm thinking oil refineries, oil field.
No, I've seen companies like fake those illegals papers just so they can work on a lower dime. I've seen it. I won't name the companies, but I've seen it.
I mean, I've seen it too, and they do have ways around that. But yeah.
And are they making as much as you are? I guarantee they're not.
No. Actually, those guys made way more than me.
I don't believe it.
No, I was making pretty good money in the office and like middle management, upper middle management in an oil field company. But these guys were field workers. They were getting paid. They were like illegals, but they're getting paid a lot, dude. Like they getting paid overtime because what they would do is go out on these rigs for like a week or two, and so they were getting paid for every minute they were out there. Overtime builds up real fucking quick. Plus per diems, they might be gone for a week or two and come back with $7 or $8 grand a piece.
Mm-hmm. I still say it's itchy. I don't believe all those taxes are going to disappear because, and if they do, they're going to come after us some other way. They just haven't presented it yet.
Yeah, I wonder how what that would come in the form of higher.
Well, they just hire more. They would charge you on more highways. They'd turn them into tolls, and then
that's actually a good point. That toll roads or something. I didn't see a lot of those growing up, but now they're in Texas. There are a lot of toll roads compared to
right now here in Tennessee. They're trying to turn I-65 into a toll road, and I'm against it.
I gotta say, I do like the toll road. At least I used to. When I moved from South Texas to middle North Texas or whatever, just south of Dallas. I did not want to. I had to make several trips back and forth in a U-Haul across Texas, dude. Like that was brutal. And if it wasn't for those toll roads, I would have like gone insane because when you get traffic jammed in Austin, and you've got to do that twice a day for like several days. Oh, actually, it'd be more like. So I would in the morning load up the U-Haul, drive it up to Waco, get traffic jammed in Austin, and then on my way back down, get traffic jammed in Austin to pick up more shit to go back up in a day. Right? That's like probably 18 hours maybe to do that. Load a truck up, go all the way up, come back down, load up a truck again, and then go back up there and load it and everything. I could do 2 trips a day. And that took all day. But without those toll roads, I would have gone. I tried it once because that's $60 or some shit going through those toll roads. Well, not all at once, but throughout like a day, it would cost me about $60 a day because I'm going back and forth on this toll road. That sucked.
But see, that's what I-65 is heavily used by a lot of people making their trip either up past Paducah or down to Nashville to get to work. And you're taxing a lot of people to use that road. And a lot of people already use it.
And they have weird ways of doing it here too. Like there's a member, there's like a membership thing. So I don't think they actually charge you. I mean, you're already paying it, right? It's like you're paying the monthly fee because you use it every day. But then they also have a sticker that they can automatically charge your account or something.
But
for me, I didn't do shit. I just drove down it, and then they send me a bill in the mail. I'm like, damn
it's not VPs and CEOs that are using those roads. Those are the working class roads. Those are who you're taxing.
I don't know about that. In Austin? Well, the one that I'm talking about is the one that goes around Austin.
I'm talking 65. 65 goes all the way from Tennessee up to Indiana.
Like, even San Antonio's not as... I don't like San Antonio because I think the drivers there suck. It's like the worst drivers in the state. Next to maybe Houston, it's worse. But San Antonio drivers on that highway suck. But at least you can keep going. Like, traffic jams aren't horrific like they are in Austin. Austin bottlenecks right down by that river and can jam up because there's like a lot of exits to 6th Street and all those. So there's a lot of people getting on the highway and getting off the highway. And so there's a lot of like, it'll slow and back up for 20 miles, man. 20 miles of cars backed up.
I'll take traffic in Nashville over Atlanta any day. I lived in Atlanta for 3 years. I would burn that city to the ground.
Yeah. Shit, you know what? It might even get backed up for more than that. In Texas, let me pull up a map here, dude, because this is it's crazy. Texas map. Maps.
Don't dox yourself.
Does it show? Does it show where I'm at exactly? Oh shit! Not only does it show where I'm at, it shows where Stanley's at because I've got the Google.
Oh yeah, you don't want to share that.
Yeah, I'm not going to share that. It shows exactly where I'm at too. That's funny. I didn't think that would show up on the computer. Oh, dude, what the hell? Now I'm on like a different website and it's still doing it. Hold on.
They've got you, dude. They got you on radar.
Yeah. Well, I ain't doing nothing. Only a little bit of insurrection. All right, map of Texas. Is this a good map of Texas? Can I at least zoom in on this? Let me open this in a new tab. Not a link. I want to look at the picture in a new tab. Image, a new tab. There we go. All right. All right. Let me share. Stop this screen. We'll get it updated here in a minute. All right. So here is Texas.
Uh-huh.
Austin's got this. Can you see my cursor?
This was pulled out right of an atlas.
Yeah, this isn't the best map either. I actually wish I could have used the other one, but Austin, San Antonio, San Marcos is right in between Austin and San Antonio.
Okay.
I don't know what the distance is, but I have been backed up. See, San Antonio, you can get backed up all the way to San Marcos, but San Marcos will get backed up to Austin. So you could technically get backed up from San Antonio to Austin.
Fuck that.
And that is, how big of a space is that? And then in Austin's not so bad from Austin up here towards Waco. That's not so bad. But like it is a little bit of jams just north of Austin. Like Georgetown is where it stops. It'll get jammed up all the way to Georgetown and San Marcos. And that is, does this say how big, where's the legend? There's no legend? What kind of map is this? There's no legend.
Pulled right out of a 90s atlas.
Oh, okay. So that's 60 miles. You could, and San Marcos. Oh my God. I'm going to Google this because this is going to take forever to figure out. Distance between San Marcos, no, San Antonio. Fuck that. You can get jammed up from San. And dude, my brain is melt. Okay, San Antonio to Georgetown. $106 miles of traffic jams. Ain't that some shit, Jake?
What's that?
You can theoretically get jammed up for 106 miles.
Yeah, fuck that. You can keep that.
Where are we at on this thing? I'm pumped, dude. 230 right now. We're looking at 230 for Donald Trump and 187 for Harris. Let's just leave it there. You know what? Let's just call it. I'm calling it. 230.
You're calling it, huh?
I'm calling it right now.
Guys, you
Even
still
with
got
all with everything they could possibly throw, there's not a chance.
Nah, you still got 12 states right there that are still working their way through.
Nevada's going to be a really interesting one. Why is Georgia taking so damn long? It's 51%, 90% reporting? They should. Why haven't they called it yet? Because it's less than 100,000.
They need to be to the point. They need to get every last one in.
Yeah, it's like a little over 100,000 difference. So I guess. All right, I guess. Virginia, 77% for Harris. 77% reporting, 50% for Harris, 48 for Trump. Less than 100,000 difference so far for Virginia. What do you think Virginia's going to do?
I think Virginia's gonna go blue.
I think it's going to go red.
Well, okay.
As I believe.
Yeah, it's just too soon to tell. I don't even know why I'm seeing two other names out there besides Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. Who the hell is Jill Stein and
Jill
whoever?
Stein? Yeah. She was on, I saw her on some podcast. It's boring. Like, if she was wrong, man. I remember, okay, I think it was Jill Stein. I'm pretty sure, because that face looks familiar. I remember them, like, talking about something that was like, dude, that's, like, worse than wishful thinking.
Yeah.
It's, like, naive to listen to some of these people talk about shit. Chase Oliver, I don't remember anything. I don't remember where I've seen him before. I'm sure he was on some kind of... Colonel West. I actually like Colonel West. He was on Tim Pool's channel. That dude seemed pretty legit.
My brother and his wife, one year, they voted Green Party or something like that. Something independent. I think it was Green Party. I just looked right at him and was like, thanks for wasting your vote.
What is the Justice for All Party?
I don't know.
I'm gonna look that up. I've never heard of that before.
Party
I thought
for
he was just
Socialism
running
and
for
Liberation. That's just the blue party. What the fuck?
Justice for All Party is a political third party in the United States founded in January 2024 by Colonel West to get ballots access for his 2024. Okay.
I actually really hate the term libertarian. Because as soon as you start talking, I can fill you in on whether you're going to be blue or red in most of your critical.
Yeah. So why bother? Why didn't they drop out? Party for Socialism and Communism. I mean, liberation. Liberation from what?
America.
Capitalism must end for the planet to live. PSL cancel party social. Okay. All right, there with 6,825 votes. You know what they need to do is look up those people and put them on a list. Now, why? Why? Because they don't like capitalism? Maybe. These guys need to just drop. I can't believe they didn't. But I guess you got to have it, right? Like, you can't just have them drop because then they'll never even stand a chance.
Well, they already don't, so what's the point?
Yeah, but Jake, they will never have a chance if they just drop out.
Give me one time since 1776 that they did anything.
Yeah, but that's only 300 years. They'll never have a chance if they just drop out. I wonder what anybody else is doing over on YouTube. Because I saw Ethan was live, but then he had to go help Andrea, so he had to call it. Now I see Cecil is live with
Are
John.
you telling me that Ethan didn't stream this with like the Kings? That was a dumb move.
No, he was streaming it, and they were going to launch Cash Grab 2.
Oh.
But then he had to go. He had to stop the stream to go.
Wait,
he
what
had to go
platform is
help.
he launching on? Fund My Comic?
Dude, let's check it out. Let's take a look at that. Let's take a break from all this election craziness and okay, stops this screen, present, share screen. We're gonna EFAP them while I pull up his campaign.
Then a SWAT team. Oh no, okay, thank God. he's
Wait,
back.
Flint went red?
Who's down there at the bottom? Is that? Yeah, it's Robert.
Well, no, only half the votes in.
You ever hear
John,
Robert?
So, and you have to see how it
No.
comes out at 99%. When
I like
they
Robert.
finally put
They
the
brought him on a
dial
lot
all
during the
way
last
to the right
election.
on New York
He's like a
Times for
political
Donald
guy
Trump.
in the space.
I wonder what the betting odds are right now.
Yeah, whenever you want to talk politics, guest is one to have with you.
Yeah, man, it sucks he had to take off, but I get it. It's late, and we already know this isn't gonna end tonight, but
Right.
it's still kind of fun to watch for a little bit at
Of course.
least. Let's see here. While they're talking, I'm gonna
I
look
just
up.
saw one of Detroit flip.
It looks like it's on Fund My
That might have
Comic.
been Wayne County just flipped.
Oh, it is. Wow.
Little map.
All right, Cash
Hell, wait,
Grab.
Trump said
This will be
94.5%.
the largest campaign fund the Comics
I think
had.
that the betting odds
Dude, I hope
smart
so.
money right now. No one's buying I Harris.
I think I think this is a great idea. It sucks that he got kicked off at Indiegogo, but I do think this is a good idea, or it's a good move for Fund My Comic. Like this is really going to help Fund My Comic. That's going to
Oh,
get
most
people.
definitely.
It's going to get people to like have some stock in it.
I mean, when would Ethan
He's
have
already
that
at 15,000 in 4 hours. That's already bigger than a lot of those campaigns on there.
Fire
Yeah.
tonight is 20,000.
No, Luke Stone was smart in making that
We can do
platform.
that, guys. We can do 20K.
Yeah,
Let's
definitely.
go.
Still a little wonky, needs some bugs worked out, but it's good to have it.
Fucking country.
If
Let's
we
take
can
a
get
look
to
at,
20K, we can get Michigan red. Let's do it.
Oh,
It's a 1-for-1. It's not even a question anymore. The scientific tests have been run. The numbers have been checked, double checked, and triple checked. You know what I mean? It's like what do you need
All right.
to see? And
Is there a book John Malin's working on right now?
Godlike 2 is the one that he's got running right now.
Drenched
Okay.
in the blood of liberals.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna do the old
The
switcheroo
Teamsters came
again.
home for Trump, 59%. The unions are coming home for Trump. I think it's getting to the point where Republicans are going to have trouble winning national elections without the unions, and maybe that's a separate discussion. Cecil.
Man, the last campaign I contributed to was the Ace Volume 3, and that was back in September.
Just back. Also, John has a head wound. Says White Guy McGee. 421 Spaceman says, "What happened to EV?"
There we go.
all night?" Well, we were hosting before.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you.
We're having a problem at Fund My Comic. A little international shipping problem.
The Ace.
Stream was over.
Yeah.
There was a little bit of a
Volume 3.
When does that come out? I didn't. That one hasn't come out yet, has it?
No, it hasn't.
She's not having an easy go of it. She's had
That was only a couple months ago, though, right? That one. So they still got some time on that.
Yeah, that was September. It hasn't been that long.
Oh, what? Okay.
Hopefully
I'm gonna leave this up, but I'm gonna. Okay, hold on.
watch history be made.
All right. I'm muting him for right now because I got to ask you a question. What do you think about those award shows that we were looking at the other day? So there's a lot of drama going on about the best book of the year. Have you heard about that? How John's not happy because he can't be nominated because they have the 2 years late rule. Have you heard about that too? You know what? I would agree, except for the fact that it's best book of the year, not best campaign when it started. You know what I mean? Like, so when I think of best book of the year, I'm imagining the books that I got that year.
I get that. I understand that.
And so it's kind of like, why don't you have that rule? They were talking about why don't they have the rule for best artist of the year, best everything else? Why do they only have it for the books? It's not like it's an award for the campaign. It's a award for the best book.
Dude, that show is so biased anyway, because all I see are the big names on it. I don't see any of the smaller creators, so I really don't care until I see.
I don't even see the big names. I see like the middle names, you know, Kenneth Rokeforts and stuff. No, that's a big name, but it's not like big. It's not one of the heavy hitters in CG.
All I remember seeing are the heavy hitters. Like, I consider Bancroft a heavy hitter. I consider Rocafort a heavy hit. Anybody that's pulling out more than 25 grand on their campaigns is a big hitter. It's just, it's a popularity contest. It's not really about the book, because let's be honest, not all these books are sublime or even up to the standard that we think we should be getting when we want to compare it to the mainstream. It's
my mic was muted.
It's all under the same umbrella that they use for Todd McFarlane, which is a lousy excuse, and that's creative freedom. Just because it's creative freedom doesn't mean that you're making a good book. It just means you're putting in the book what you want.
Well, okay. I mean, I can kind of see that, but that is the creative freedom. Creative freedom doesn't mean that it's going to be great. It just means that you have the freedom to put what you want in it.
Yeah, but we all act like they're great when, you know, they're mid. It's like a dull run on, you know, Nightwing or Supergirl or Green Lantern or anything. It's not.
Some of these guys, definitely there's a learning curve. I'll get to hand it to you on that. I'll give you that one. But to say Kenneth Rocafort, I guess he beat 100 grand on the Groken, right? Groken 2. But these other, like Bancroft, has Bancroft made six figures on his books? If anyone was going to get there, it'd be him. As far as like a heavy hitter.
A big hitter. I don't care what anybody else says. If you're able to sit there and basically do YouTube and then create a book that makes a bunch of money, you're a big hitter in my book.
I will give him like credit as being one of the leaders, one of like the pillars, definitely. But a heavy hitter, I don't know, man. He's not pulling in $1 million campaigns.
No, but most of the big hitters aren't. They're hitting the six figures. They're not hitting that seventh figure, which is the million. But if you're hitting,
I guess they've been hitting that later on like
five figure, I think you're a big hitter. If you're just hitting 20 grand, I'm jealous, but I mean, you know, it's just
how big did yours get? Didn't yours got that big, right?
No, of course not.
What was the best campaign you had so far?
Best campaign? Fuck. Just from execution, I would say the first one, Atlantis Thrashing. Second one, I had to pull out early because I just had Wesley, you know, so I couldn't do all the campaign trail that I wanted to do. But I still made what I needed to. They both made a little over $5,000, and that's what I needed to, you know, basically break even for the book.
Well, that's cool. I mean, you got your books, you got extra copies for, you know, to sell and stuff later.
And it's just, you know, but did I want to do more? And I mean, I had 150 backers on Atlantis Thrashing, and then Death Stalks Us, I only had 90, but I still hit 5 figures. So. I mean, not 5 figures. I still hit 5,000 in each one. Which, you know, if I stuck with it and didn't have to deal with baby shit, I probably could have gotten maybe a little bit more, a few more backers, but I just didn't have the time. New baby, a lot of shit happens.
Plus, oh yeah, man, and like, and doing like social media and everything when you got kids, like today, dude. Today, my kids are in junior high and high school, but it's like I'm waking up at 5:30 in the morning to go start dropping everyone off.
Right.
And then on the way to school, you know, one of the kids goes, "Oh, I've got a basketball game today." So I'm also going to need this like this shirt so that I can, and I'm like, why didn't you tell me yesterday? Why didn't you tell me that yesterday? So, you know, dropped me off, and then my wife, she went to go get the shirt and take them to school. And then after school, it was, you know, I get out a little bit early compared to them if I'm at the elementary. So I waited around to go pick them up, but then we got this basketball game, and then I didn't get home till, well, I mean, what time did I get home? It was like 7:30. And that's not horrible, but when you're trying to make a real presence in social media, I don't have time to do all that extra tweeting and hell, even drawing, man. I'm like exhausted by the end of the day.
Yeah, it takes a toll.
But that's, I guess, the thing, right? You got to like find that second win and just keep pushing. That's like tonight. When I got home, I was like not wanting to do a stream, but like I promised myself last year I would do it, for better or for worse, see how it works. And this is, you know, the biggest night of the year to do something like to do a stream.
Oh, definitely. And
I was like expecting at least a few more viewers, but so I ain't complaining. I'm not surprised, but it's kind of, no one's going to watch this on the replay.
Yeah.
Like, who watches election streams on the replay? That's freaking boring.
Nah, when I already know who you affiliate yourself with, I kind of don't worry until the actual like announcement takes place at that point. But yeah, it's like every single one of them should probably be working on some art.
God, I wish I had more time for that. Like to just sit back and draw and do live streams and draw streams, and
yeah,
that would be fun. That would be cool.
I find it hilarious when people say that we need to get away from doing crowdfunding when those exact people that say that are still only doing crowdfunding. That's what blows my mind. Dude,
Eric July, like it was impressive that he had all the books and stuff like made for the first ISOM or whatever. Right. But at this point, he is taking, it was pre-orders, but I guess he pretty much had it ready to go, ready for launch, you know, hot and ready. But at this point, he's like taking pre-orders for a book that's over a year out, or a year out, is from my understanding. That's crowdfunding, dude.
Yeah, that's stupid. And furthermore, with all those books that he has, that's basically still in his, I don't know, his warehouse. I mean, why the fuck aren't you hitting the Comic-Con trails? I mean, you should be getting that shit out of your warehouse and into people's hands.
He does do campaign. I mean, he does do Comic-Con, so I don't know how many, but
yeah,
I guess he does
them. Ones in Texas. I mean, you got. He
Atlanta, should be. He's
and Anime Weekend.
He's in Dallas. There's no excuse for him not to be doing the Texas ones.
Right.
Like, I didn't see his name on in the Waco one.
Dude, take a trip up to New York Comic Con. Do it there. Try and get into San Diego if you can.
Yeah, and when you're okay, his whole selling point was the books are made. You're buying a book, and then you're going to get your book. But now it's, well, we're still making the book. We're just getting the money now so that we can put it towards making this book and paying people, you know. That's crowdfunding. So this whole it's all bullshit, man. That's not.
No, he's he's copycatting Ethan Van Sciver. Just admit that you're doing that. Who gives a shit? I saw what this creator was doing, so I'm going to fucking do it. No shame in that.
Yeah, there's no shame in it. That's what I don't get. Why don't they just admit it? Just say this is what we're doing, because it goes against the selling point from the beginning.
Nah, the egos won't allow him to admit anything and any wrongdoing, and I see that on both sides of the fence. So
yeah, I do see the ego thing is. I mean, it works with YouTube. It does. It actually does help with YouTube to not. You hear him say never apologize, and they're always talking about never apologize to cancel culture and shit. And I agree with that.
Well, of course, but the people that you would have to apologize to are not going to be in your streams and chatting with you. Your loyalists are there in your chat every night. That's who you're selling to. So there's no reason to apologize. And even if those people in your chats are telling you that's fucked up, all you're going to do is just be like, I'm joking, guys. It's a joke. Calm down. Just calm down. I'm doing this. You know me.
Yeah.
Yada, yada, yada. It's just...
now, Eggman's definitely a big hitter, but when it comes to... But Bancroft... I don't know, man. There's got to be some middle tier there, because
there's no doubt a middle tier. I mean, he's on it.
What would you say is the okay? Andy Smith, I would want to consider him a big hitter.
Von Klaus, he's a mid hitter, even though he does really great work. Umbrella Guy, kind of a mid hitter, up there a little bit more than most.
I'd say he's a big hitter just for the numbers. I don't know how great it, or his books are, or if that's one of those weird ones that he's got the numbers to be the big hitters for sure, right. And he's a big hitter, but is he in the comic book scene? That's the weird thing about people like him, because I like him. I think Tug's awesome, but he's not a comic book channel or anything, you know what I mean? He's just got a comic book. It'd be like if the Quartering decided to make a comic book all of a sudden. And
it's like Jeremy of Ice and Fire. All he does is cover Game of Thrones shit. And
although he used to do a lot of comic book stuff.
There's enough people who are comic book geeks that go over and watch his show that if he put one out, yeah, they'd immediately back.
Oh yeah, but he used to be a big part of the scene.
Oh, most definitely, yeah. That's back when Leroy was still around.
Dude, the only reason I haven't been watching his channel is because of spoilers. Because I'm watching From right now, and I'm not a huge fan of the Game of Thrones. I haven't watched the new Game of Thrones stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't have any interest in that. From is great, but I don't want spoilers.
Right.
Because I'm waiting for the whole season to come out before I get like a week subscription to the MGM and just watch the whole thing at once.
Right.
I wish he'd do more comic book stuff, because that was fun. Like when he used to do those, what is it called? Like everybody would donate so that he could have the auction or the giveaway or whatever.
Right.
Like that was just fun, dude. That's a good way to rally people and get everyone excited for something cool. I even won one of those awards. I won the Cyber Frog statue and the Salamandroid statue.
Nice.
In one of those. And I was super excited about that. And just rallying behind, go for these campaigns and stuff. He used to do a real good job getting everybody excited for that.
Oh, agreed, 100%.
Well, I'm guessing he just got tired of drama and moved away from it all.
Either that, or so many creators that were there during, COVID and everything, when everybody could sit around and actually just talk and shoot the shit and talk about comics, have had to go back to work and cancel their own shows and whatnot. It's just a lot's changed, and you see, things fizzling out. Dojo. And it's hard to keep the momentum going when less and less people are backing.
Yeah, I can see that. That's what we're doing. We're trying to get, it's cool. I want some comic skaters. I want all comic skaters to come check out our channel and hopefully get entertained. That's something I'm working on, trying to be more entertaining. But
yeah,
I also want to bring in everyone else that's reading comics
too, because comic skaters will always be there, in my opinion. But to grow the community, we need to get outside of it, because it's still just a niche little group of people.
Well, yeah, people that sought it out. Like I found Comicsgate. Honestly, I found Comicsgate looking for a channel. I actually typed in Comic Pro Secrets or some shit like that. Looking for it's like somebody to be given like the secrets of making comics, right?
Right.
And that's how I found it. I don't remember if it was Comic Pro Secrets or anything, but it was like Comic Pro Art Supplies or some shit. And that's how I found Ethan's art supplies video, which was the first time I'd ever actually found anyone telling me the actual supplies that I needed. Because I thought, everybody just used Sharpies. Because the internet, had since expanded since the last time I tried to find out.
Right.
Living in South Texas, there's not a whole lot of options, especially when the internet was still. I wouldn't say it was new, but it wasn't as fucking wild as it is now. You could find out how to do heart surgery on YouTube if you wanted to.
Right.
But back when I was when I was doing in my 20s and I was drawing comic books and stuff for local shit, that was fun. But man, I was drawing that with Sharpies and just like ink splattering on pages and paintbrushes and white paint. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because that's all I knew. I saw a picture with Jim Lee holding a Sharpie or drawing a picture once and thought, oh, that's how you do it. And I knew 11 by 17 was the size of paper.
Sure.
But, a few years later, I'm like, okay, man, like, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing here. I need to get back into art. I need to get back into what I'm passionate about, because times are wasting. And I had been trying to become a better artist and all this time, but I look up Comic Pro art supplies and stuff, and then Ethan's video popped up. That's the first time I'd ever heard of using drafting equipment, like drafting design tools. He threw the multi-liners was something I hadn't really thought of, because I thought everyone was at this point. I knew that everyone was using quill pens. I didn't know, about multi-liners.
Right.
They were just barely starting to pop up in stores at that time. That was back in like 2019. That was when I found the video, or 2018.
Yeah, 2018. 2018 is when I did the small anthology, when I first introduced Cobalt in a 7-page origin story. And I caught the bug as soon as I did that. I wanted to do more. And so I started going through YouTube, and I was also watching the Vic Mignogna case with the voice of Broly, who had sexual allegations with a coworker. And,
yeah.
So Tug, Umbrella Guy, was covering that, so that's why I was watching him. But at the same time, when I was watching that, all these other comic things would be popping up, because I was trying to research how to make comics and how to write story and stuff like that. So I came across Comics Kelsey, who writes his own independent books, his little own independent comics, and he'll sit there and draw them, explain what he's doing and how he's setting up his panels and whatnot. And then Film Courage, I loved that show. I would just listen to that when I go on walks when I lived in Atlanta, and they would just explain marketing. They would explain what's important to a story, and everybody's different on what they believe makes a perfect story, which was good because I got a lot of different information to aid me while I was creating. And so after I got done watching Comic Kelsey and Film Courage, suddenly Karmic Artist Pro Secrets, his drawing streams came up, and I would watch those as he would talk about Star Wars while he was drawing.
Yeah, the Star Wars videos were
Right.
funny.
I miss that old stuff where he was more informative rather than just drama farming.
Yeah, and his portfolio reviews were fucking awesome, man.
I love
Because
those.
I
Those are
learned
awesome.
so much watching that. And then from there, it was like, I didn't really watch the live streams as much. I was watching all his videos, and I started watching. Shit, I don't remember. I started finding out about other artists. That guy that was he Japanese or Korean or something? The guy that used to do those gigantic murals with a brush pen and just draw shit live. I started watching those videos. I just started like just absorbing as much information as I could. And it was like, okay, and then eventually I'm like, okay, I need to learn how to write now because I have ideas, but sitting down trying to write it's another thing. You get there's so much involved, and I don't want to write, a stupid story or something that doesn't that's boring or whatever.
Agreed.
So I started learning how to write and started, trying to be better at it, trying to get really good, and started watching live streams, and that's when these guys on the Kings, they're talking about making books. They're talking about how to do campaigns, how to market yourself. I just fucking fell in love with all of it, man. And now it is different. But what I think we're doing here, I feel like I got to get better at the entertainment part because I know I talk a lot and everything, but I feel like there's an audience. Most people that love comics that would love everything we're doing, what Comicsgate is doing, would just love to jump in, but we got to get them. We got to find them. And not very many people are even on YouTube. That are still like.
There's a YouTube channel I watch, and it's called Comics We Love, and this girl, well, not girl, this woman. Young woman. She is just a nerd for the comics. Like, she sets up her video of her right in front of her bookshelves, just full of volumes of different comics and everything, and just talks about her takes on certain things. Covers DC, covers Marvel, covers Independent sometime. But she's just so charismatic. She's a little sassy, and it's just fun, good, informative entertainment. But it's not live. It's short videos, and that's where the actual views will be coming in. So to actually sit down and do like a 10 to 12, 15-minute video is very much needed for those kind of audiences. Because at the end of those, that's when you plug your own stuff. Is like at the very end. It's like, oh, by the way, I'm creating this. Go over here and check that out.
Dude, that's one of the things I loved about I don't know what you call it, old CG, but it's like 2019, 2020 CG was there. Like, okay, Cecil was hilarious back then. Like, he's still funny now, but nobody. Let's just be like, if I'm going to be honest, nobody is as fun to watch as they were 4 years ago.
Right.
Like, Cecil would do those. He would get drunk and then do that. What is that, pedo Pete or whatever? Remember that thing that was a big butthole, and he was like shoving that rod into the mouth of that thing on Christmas? They go and feed the hole. I laughed so fucking hard, man. And then the last election, Ethan was doing the Jeb videos, the Jeb's a mess videos. Dude, I laughed so hard. I'd never seen those videos before. Jeb is a mess. And I laughed so hard. That was such a fun stream to just sit back and watch. And I'm not saying that like these guys are, I mean, I get it. Times change, people change, and that's totally fine. We need some new energy. You know what I mean? We got to get some energy and excitement and new blood, or some new blood helps, but we got to get excitement and energy into the scene to get that new blood in here. Otherwise, what are we bringing people into?
See, we're not really bringing in anybody anymore. It's just the same circle, just going around the factions and seeing what's up, what can be drama farmed, and stuff like that.
I do
There's-
think there is an audience. Like, well, Ethan just with the Dick Masterson thing and the biggest problem in the universe. Well, they basically introduced a good portion of that crowd to Comicsgate, and now you see them in the chat, and it's kind of funny because they're like, "Well, I don't understand that there's times that I still don't understand a lot of the
References.
the references from like way back, the Doug TenNapel, all that."
Yeah.
Because I guess I was. When did I don't know. Remember when Mike Miller Smiller left? I don't remember when Doug TenNapel left because I wasn't watching live streams, and it might have already left by the time I was watching Ethan, which was around 2019. Started watching videos and joining in the community, little bits here and there. So they might have already been gone. I remember when Shane. I was watching live streams for like a couple of weeks when Ethan announced Shane was like Shane started jumping on.
Yeah.
And doing Starlight Cats. I remember that. But I wasn't watching live streams a whole lot back then. I think
I saw
Inglorious
Starlight Cats
Rex.
being promoted, and I was like, that's definitely not for me.
I think when he launched Inglorious Rex is when I really started watching a lot of live streams and kind of not watching anything else.
I like live streams as long as there's something to be watching. I can't just sit through like nonsense. Like I need there to be the back and forth. Like I don't care. I don't care if it's dissuading arguments or if it's just talking about movies that you enjoyed or hated. But there needs to be that back and forth that keeps it going. And a lot of them didn't really do that for me because they would have too many people on the live stream. If you have more than 3 or 4 people, I'm fucking out. I can't stand it. Everybody's talking over each other.
They're getting better at it, but yeah, 10 people on a panel is rough, dude. Like, I don't understand. That doesn't make any sense.
7 people on a panel. That gets stupid.
5 people can work. 6 people's getting there. 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that's too much. Yeah.
Like I tried watching Geeks and Gamers one time, and I was like, I cannot watch this. This is like watching The View. Every hidden rooster is crowing and clucking, and I can't make sense of it.
Well, it's worse than that. Is after 5 people, you've got 3 people or 4 people not talking, and so when you get up to 10 people, and you're trying to keep it civil. You've got 9 people just sitting there. And everyone's waiting for somebody to finish talking.
It's like when Ethan did that one where he was like having them come on and explain what the fuck was it that they had that one dude sitting there with the earring.
Vasilis.
Yeah. They were just
no, wait, was it Vasilis with the earring? No, it was the other guy that had the earring. Vasilis isn't the one with the earring.
Right, but they were there to discuss whatever it was at that moment. They weren't there for the whole
Mike Barron. Yeah, they were waiting to talk about Mike Barron getting shit on.
When it finally got to them, I was like, well, shit, that was only 2 sentences. They didn't need to be there for that.
I was wondering why that guy was like sitting around because he didn't say anything the whole stream and I'm like, what is this guy here for? And then they start talking about Mike Barron.
I even wrote the note in the chat. I was like, hey, can we trade these 2 guys out and get them and what's his name back?
Yeah.
They're actually talking.
That's funny. I sometimes question whether or not getting hammered and jumping in some of them live streams is a good idea. Because the problem is
on the chat.
Let me think. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
during the chat, yeah. But that's like it's not like I don't drink like all the time, but when I do,
I know, but I'm just saying.
Like, and actually, I didn't drink that much that day. I was barbecuing on Saturday, so I was bored out of my mind because I was barbecuing, and so I cracked open a beer, and I'm like, "What's going on on YouTube?" Luckily, I had the sense to not get on Twitter or not get on TikTok or anything. Like, I didn't go home. I didn't go to bed crying that night. I'll just say that.
I think Danger Vanessa has the capacity to run her own show and maybe even be a VTuber. Like, get that little animated character that moves around.
Yeah.
I think she'd be great at that.
And that show, I like the chat, and I like all of them, right? But there are some interesting points being made about those. They do feel, it does feel like they are selectively not picking some of these guys.
Oh, of course.
And then coming up with the rules like the 2.5 year rule, that seemed like out of nowhere. I know they did it last year, but it seems like a weird rule that they made up just to disqualify people. Like, yeah, I want to say Cyberfrog is the best book, but, you know, we did have to wait several years for this, so we can't give him the award. That doesn't seem right. Like, it's books that, in my opinion, it should be about books that got fulfilled.
Yeah.
And the argument would then be, this is the biggest book of the year. Well, but it just hasn't fulfilled yet. So how can you say this doesn't belong on the... Well, at that point, you would say, because it hasn't been fulfilled, nobody's read it yet. So it can't be the best book of the year if nobody's read it and can validate that. But if a book has come out, it shouldn't matter how long it took to get out. It should just be best book
It's here.
of the
Is it-
year. Yeah, it's here now. Who cares? Otherwise, the award should be best campaign of the year. Or
Right.
most successful campaign of the year. Time frame shouldn't matter in that, which is why I'm in the chat drunk going like, I want an arbitrary award for absolutely nothing. Nobody knows who I am. I don't deserve awards.
Right.
But I want one anyways because this is what we're doing here, right? We're just handing out fun friend awards. That's I want one. That's kind of what I'm doing. I'm just kind of having fun.
Nah, Jolly had it out for me.
What did Jolly do?
Yeah, he was like, Death Stock says can't be here. That was over 2 years late.
That's
And then,
bullshit. Dude,
And then
that's
Amanda,
bullshit.
I think Amanda chimed in and she was like, no, it was only like a year, maybe a year and a half late.
It fits in the time frame.
So immediately when Jolly got done trying to make his point and Amanda came back at him, I was like, eat a dick, Jolly.
Are we okay? I wish I knew where to find that list because didn't we get nominated on the Comics Underground? Didn't I like bully them or like troll them in,
Probably.
or harass them into putting me on that thing?
Yeah.
Like
If
I got
anything,
two.
Hopefully got some ears and eyes to come check
I
it
got
out.
2 viewers a week, motherfuckers. Put me on your fucking list.
Yeah, no shit.
So check this out. Cecil's Cash Grab 2, Orange is the New Fat on funmycomics.com. Now, I liked Cash Grab 1. That was a funny book. It was a little weird. I got the version, and I think that's the only version right now, where the page got mixed. It's almost like the book starts off a page that should be like 2 pages later. And so I assumed, okay, when he added pages to the book, he must have gotten that shit confused. That has to be. It's how it reads. Like, well, we're going to add a little bit of story, so we've got to add some backstory to make it all make sense. But now we got our 1 page mixed up. So I just read it like, okay, this is like coming up. You know what I mean? Coming up. This is what you're about to see here. And I know that wasn't intended to be that way. Coming soon or coming... Keep watching. This is what's in this video. And then we skip back, it jumps backwards in time a little bit, and then you get to that point in the story again, like in a page. But other than that, the book was funny. It was a funny book.
Right.
There's a lot of, the Cecil lore and shit in there, which it works for Cecil because he's a big enough character that, everybody knows the Cecil lore.
Oh, definitely.
Pencils down. I don't know anything about I'm sure there's lore in there that I get and I understand, but I don't know why I would want to buy that book because
we already know what the sequel's going to be. It's going to be called Gravenor.
Oh, is that it?
No, I'm just saying.
Well, okay, here's the other thing about lore books. I got no cover. That book, they sold me on that idea. And it had its moments, but no cover was... It seemed short and like slightly sweet. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, it had its moments that were funny. It should have tied in. They should have worked it all out so that it could have tied into the Cash Grab universe, because Cecil's in it. And it fits. Like, it could actually fit into the Cash Grab universe. It's Donald DeLay is the artist. And the story just had, like, elements that it felt like it were missing. But that's a lore book. And I feel like this Pencils Down is going to be like that, but maybe not as good. I don't know. Like, I'm not seeing any lore in there that I want to read a funny story about, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
I need something else. Like, at least No Cover had a storyline that was like a solid story. John Malin didn't get his fucking Dale Keown cover, and now he wants it. You know, that's funny. You got Cash Grab with Cecil's shenanigans. That's all you need to know. Cecil's shenanigans. Because he's a character enough that the story of Cecil's shenanigans is kind of enough, and it's a funny enough book. And Dirtworm Doug was hilarious. Did you read Dirtworm Doug?
No, I didn't.
Dirtworm Doug is like a kid's book about the story of Doug TenNapel, but he's a dirtworm. He's basically a worm living in this dog's ass. Gets shit out. He takes the wrong train and gets shit out of the dog. And so then he meets all the frog friends, like Ethan, all the people there. There's a lot of lore there. The whole book is lore, but that's what's funny. It's very, very creatively written.
That's hilarious.
It was a funny book, man. It was all about Doug trying to control all the people of the yard or whatever, all the bugs, and trying to convince them to like worship him and shit. And then he decides he wants to go back up the dog's ass, which is supposed to be Hollywood. It's the dog's ass.
Wow.
It's a funny book, man, and they did a great job with it. So we got Cash Grab 2, which originally was supposed to go on Indiegogo, but it got booted because of some controversial topics, like Cecil's trans, and I guess Indiegogo doesn't like trans people, and so they had to move it over here to fund my comic. 4 hours at $15,000. Oh, you know what? I should hit refresh. Let's see if it got bigger than that. Let's do that. 4 hours, 15,000. Look at that in 4 hours, man. 15,000, almost 16,000. So this is part 2 to the Cash Grab. Let's take a look. Let's see where we're at. What we got? We got a Dale Keown cover in this one, which is insane. I also really love the John Malin cover. And this is another point of recent controversy of the colors of this cover. $25. Did I see a page count? Did you see a page count in here at all?
I did.
Because we always got to look at that page count, you know? It's big. It's important. But to anyone who's watched the other shows, this is one of those books where page count really doesn't matter. It's going to be a good book. It's going to be funny. It'll be worth the money.
I'm pretty sure he gives out only heavy books.
Yeah, and he's probably going to give out trading cards and a bunch of other stuff as well. Like, at least he did last time. It was completely, even if it was a 20-page book, it was worth it. But it's not going to be. It's going to be worth it. This is one of them books you can back with confidence. Let's take a look. Look, the artwork is awesome. Is this Donald DeLay again? Looks like it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, scrolling back and up and down. We got the kaiju. I think is another reason he had to move it over here. I want to see these covers, dude. Where are the covers at? He's got dude. That's a lot of pages. He's like dropping. Is that 10 pages for free? You can come over here to Fund My Comic, look up Cash Grab 2, and you're going to get a good portion of the story already. But where are the covers? Oh, Cecil. I wanted to look at that John Malin cover. Where's it at?
He ain't showing it off.
It's this one right here, but on the right. I wonder if I can open it in a new tab. Open image in new tab. Yeah, I sure can. But now I got to share that screen. Share screen, present, share screen, blah, 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 blah. There we go. So this cover right here went through some controversy. The original had different colors. It was like a pink background. I actually liked the way that it looked. Oh, shit. Look at that. I can zoom way the fuck in there. This is John Malin's cover, and I love John Malin's artwork, man. A lot of energy. So on the Jack show, I think they were looking at it, and then Anna said those colors look like shit, and they're Kyle Ritter colors. And so then Cecil's like, "Oh well, we can change that." And I think even John Malin was like, "Yeah, maybe." And so Anna showed off some colors, which look kind of like this. This might actually be from Anna's colors. And so then there's all these color changes and everything. He finally settled on a book, and I was like, "No, those colors look like those aren't good colors. No, you got to go back. You got to go back. I like the other ones better." And then of course, John was starting to not get very happy. Cecil also had changed some of the writing on these blurbs down here.
Yeah.
And they were like John's blurbs. And you don't want to change John's blurbs.
That's fun.
So there was like a little bit of drama there. I think Cecil's going back. They settled on this. Ethan had mentioned that he should have each version of the cover available on the campaign. But I'm only seeing this one so far, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, these are the Anna's suggested colors.
Interesting.
But she said to make the kaiju not green because it was conflicting with all the money. He's basically busting into this bank, and so all this money was flying around, and he kind of obfuscated the money flying out of that bank. Anyway, so that maybe he will share maybe we'll have the other covers available. Let's go back to that campaign here. This is the Dale Keown cover right here on the right, which is another one. Come on, man! I want to see that on the left side, bigger. I want to see this cover up close.
You can only look at it up close when you back it.
Or what? Okay, good. Okay. Hold on. Not today, because I'm gonna share that screen in a new tab. Dale Keown, because I really want to look at this. I have never seen Dale Keown draw anything like this before.
It's a little unsettling.
And technically, I think Cecil's supposed to be transitioning in this scene, so those are actually like girl tits.
That's hilarious.
So they're not girl tits. There's obviously a man, so
don't drop the soap.
Yeah, don't strike my channel either. YouTube. So that's funny. He's in prison. That's why he's doing that whole thing.
Those are man titties.
Back to the campaign here. Dale Keown's $25. John Malin's cover, $25. And whose is this? Donald DeLay's? $25 for Donald DeLay's covers, which is also pretty funny. That's a classic cover. Get all three for $75. Did I see stretch goals? It feels like $30. You get a booby mouse pad. That's kind of cool. A little booby mouse pad. And a race car. This is where you get the Cecil's Cash Machine race car.
Okay.
58. That's weird. Why not just go 60? Why is it 58? You get the Thug Life t-shirt and the cash grab hat. The orange one, the orange hat. $90. This is the mega bundle. You get the car, the hat, the shirt, and the mouse pad. $12. You can get just the car. Or an autograph car for $25. Or both. Okay, all right. Let's keep going. What do we got? We got the shirt. $35 for the hat. That's actually a pretty cool hat.
Yeah. It's not just black. I like that it has an actual.
Yeah. And I like this bill. The underneath side of the bill is the.
Yeah.
See, that's kind of funny. $130. Give me everything. Cash grab one campaign combo. Everything is signed. Free shipping. So that's everything from the first campaign. Again with the first campaign stuff. 4 pages of stuff.
Holy shit.
Damn, that's weird.
That's too much.
Well, hold on a minute, because I'm not even sure. It says 4 pages, but then I click on the second page.
Click on the third.
And nothing happened. Nothing happened. This might be all 4 pages right here that were just looked at. Man, I want to see more stuff. He put some more stuff on this campaign. Like not stuff to sell, but like the covers over here on the left side. Stretch goals are fun. I wish I knew something about the stretch goals. Cecil's Cash Grab 2. Orange is the new fat. After destroying New York City, Cecil is facing certain death in men's prison. At the moment, he bravely realizes he is a woman and is sent to a women's prison.
This is not going to end well.
Oh, yeah. Cecil's okay. Cash Grab 2, Orange is the New Fat, the second installment of Cecil's ongoing cash grab saga. After the wildly successful freshman outing of Cash Grab 2 is easily the most anticipated piece of literature this century. The choice is yours. Either stand on the sidelines and watch as history passes you by, or actively participate in the most important creative work of the last 10,000 years. I trust you will make the right choice. Please back today. Okay. He still got that turtle. That's kind of funny. He still got the turtle.
Right.
Kaiju is that's a funny one. Man, I'm excited. I'm gonna back this. I just backed my first Fund My Comic book not too long ago. Was it Merkmaid? I think it was Merkmaid.
Yep.
Or Ariel, AR-13L Merkmaid. Hey, that's pretty cool. Well, good luck, Cecil. Let's do a refresh real quick. See how fast this thing's going. Because in the 30, 40 minutes we've been looking at it, it went from 14 something, right? 14 to 15.8 to 15.9. Almost $16,000 in 5 hours.
He'll probably break 16 tonight.
Man, if it had launched on Ethan's channel like they were originally planning on doing, I feel like he'd be doing a lot better right now.
Oh, no doubt.
Like they're over on his channel. Let's take a look at what they're doing real quick. Because they don't have anybody. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they're not pushing it. Hold up. Hold the fuck up. Yeah, they're still live. What the hell? Why isn't it showing up? There it is. Share screen.
Annabis T800. Wow, left people seem annoyed and sad. Good. I wish them nothing but despair, sadness, and horror for the rest of their days. Tom Tuttle's Traveling Salvation Show says, guys, what if Biden... we read that one. And Tom Tuttle again says the Harris campaign just told its supporters to go home for real.
What?
Harris
I don't know, go to
campaign
the watch party. Go to the watch party.
watch party said go home.
They should have funneled them into a big, auditorium again, so we get a good, clear picture of them crying. I mean,
I think that's what they're trying to
Yeah.
avoid.
I think
that
they
is
should
what they're
funnel
trying to
them, like, through a
avoid.
door that ended up into like a wood chipper.
Over. I don't know. Is it over, guys? I really want it to be over. And this is the greatest political comeback ever.
What are we
Well,
missing?
history.
Let's stop this and go take a look at what we're missing. I feel like we're missing something right now.
I don't know. State swinging again.
All right.
No, looks about the same.
No, she's actually catching up. Why are they saying it's over?
Bullshit.
Hawaii obviously was going to be blue. California is obviously going to be blue. Oregon's actually got pretty close. I mean, pretty close. A little over 100,000, 200, yeah, like 175,000 difference. Washington, 500,000 difference, 60 reporting, 61. It could actually get closer than this.
Yeah.
Nevada, nothing. Results expected soon. Yeah, right. Arizona's 51%. Why does it take so long to count Arizona, man? $200,000 difference. Pennsylvania, 50, 48, 86%. Let's just call Pennsylvania, guys. It's 86%. We got it. 2% over them. That's a couple 100,000. Yeah, there's no way. We got that. We got this. In fact, we got them all. They should all just, cave.
Yeah. Concede.
Trump's at 62,918,000 votes. What did he get last time?
I'm not even sure.
70.
I think he wanted to say 70.
Yeah, it was 70 something. I think. Gotta love election. What's that?
Over 320 million Americans, and not even half of them went out to vote.
Yeah, that's the weird thing. When you get, what are the other half doing? Are they even aware or watching? And do they care at? Do they? You know what it is? How many of those Americans are kids under the age that can't vote?
That's fair.
Because most people have.
Are they just looking at people's social security numbers, or are they looking at age?
Yeah. I think they're. I think that a good portion, most of the adults are going out and voting. Not all of them, of course, but. What do you think? Do you think, looking at this, I'm actually not surprised. I would say, what do you think? Who do you think is going to win based off of what we've seen so far? But there's no way to.
I want Trump to win, but it's too close to call.
Yeah. There's no way Harris can win this.
I'm hoping not.
Nobody likes her. Literally, the only reason Trump would lose is because people hate it. Enough people hate him that much. But that just means there's that many people filled with hate. And we got to get rid of them. That's a lot of hate. That's millions. There's like 100 million haters out there.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
You people got to just let go of the hate, man, and embrace the Trump. He'll serve you fries. He'll take out your trash. He'll take a bullet for you.
Trump.
Well, he took a bullet for you. I don't want to say he'll take a bullet because fuck that. He already did.
I gotta start making my exit.
Yeah, actually, I was just sending you a message saying if you wanted to call it. Yeah. It's like 11:30. We're not gonna see any results. This was a fun stream.
No.
What's today?
We'll see
Tuesday?
in the next 2 days.
Yeah, we might do an update tomorrow. We're still doing the Comics Underground, right? So anybody who's catching this or takes a look at this, go check out Comics Underground live. It's on this channel here, and then Thursday night on Bionic Bros channel, we're going to be looking at some campaigns, man, and maybe I wish I could get Cecil on, but yeah, we're gonna look at some cool books, man.
It'd be cool to have Cecil.
Yeah, and when I get the book, I'm gonna read it, and then maybe reach out to the artist and have them come on and take a look at some books with us.
Do it.
Because I actually do think that book is going to be pretty funny. It didn't look like it was going to be filled with political shit, but could be wrong. Anyways, man, it's been fun, dude. Thanks for hanging out. We're looking at Trump's going to win. Let's go, Donald Trump. Everybody, hope y'all voted. We saved this country. All right, man. I'll catch y'all later.
Now get out! And I'll tell you when I want you back.